many classes have you signed up for this year?
I'm too out of shape for that. We're just running 3.
Just 3? Oh, that's really weak numbers. Those are amateur numbers right there. Come on, man. This is good to see you back, though. How do you think your chances are for getting a rock this year?
I hope pretty good. We just got to keep out of trouble here in these heat races and get some solid finishes and hope for the best.
Yeah, so what's your strategy looking like? I know as a racer, you know this more than I do. You know, you always plan for the race, and the plans almost never work out after lap 1. So what do you have possibly working out in your mind here?
We just got to get a solid top 3 finish in here. Finish in one piece and stay out of trouble.
That's great. Good luck to you, buddy. Jay, back to you.
All right, Carter, thank you. And Dave Cole sitting right next to me, and he is the man with ekartingnews.com. That is the official online service they provide for the Grand Prix. Follow their timely reports online today and visit the site for the latest news and discussion regarding the sport of kart racing. Dave Cole and ekartingnews.com. Carter, I like how you said after the first lap, all of your plans sort of go into plan B.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I've experienced this enough, and every racer on the grid here has experienced this. You always have a plan going into every race, and that plan almost never works. So it's always a plan A, plan B, plan C, and sometimes you end up with like plan F by the end of it and just trying to go for it. So you just got to see what you can throw at it and see what sticks. One thing that's really catching my eye right now is it's starting to sprinkle a little bit. I don't think it's going to be enough to affect the racing surface, but if it gets now that I said it, though, I think it might actually do something. You always got to speak it into existence, right? So yeah, well, I don't think it's going to affect it that much, and we'll have to see.
One of the things that's caught my eye is Mr. Roger Ruthart, who is Mr. Rock Island Grand Prix. He is the man of men here in Rock Island with this amazing race. Sir, what do you? How's your day going so far?
Going just fine. Just holding on for the ride.
How much pride, how much joy does it give you to see this event back? Obviously, let's forget about 2020, but it's great to be here today.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I mean, I think it's important for a lot of communities to try and get back to normal and do things like this that will benefit, the local hotels and restaurants and business and shops and stuff. So we're happy to be able to do that.
And it's great. The race fans are all around the course. I mean, people, it's a Labor Day tradition, as you know, like no other here in the district.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had people down here this morning just watching practice, but now the real fun starts. So we get into heat races now, and then, of course, the feature races tomorrow.
Roger Ruthart, thank you for all you do, and I'm sure it's a labor of love for you.
Oh, absolutely. Our whole committee is, volunteers and committed to keeping this great event going.
Well, job well done by you, sir, for all these years, and your committee and all the workers that, as Carter and I were talking about a while back, what happens Friday at 5 o'clock till today is nothing short of a miracle.
Absolutely. It takes a lot of people to put this on and to set up a course in less than 12 hours and then take it down in, tomorrow or Sunday night. So that's probably the trickiest part of the whole weekend.
Well, at least there's no more hay. That probably makes your day to get rid of the hay barrels.
Oh, hay bales were just brutal. We're happy to see those gone.
Roger Ruthart, I'll tell you what, give him a high five, a round of applause when you see him. He's done a wonderful job. Yeah, right here. Here's the man. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, thank you, Roger, for your terrific work. And Carter, you've been on, as a racer, you see firsthand what this committee and what the folks do to make this race happen and the work that they put in.
Absolutely. I've been to quite a few of the committee meetings, and a lot of discussion happens. Like, some of the meetings last over 2 hours long, trying to get things sorted and get the details, all the nitty gritty done. And it's really a testament to like the racer culture. Everybody loves racing, and they're volunteers. They're doing this because they love the sport so much, and they want to throw on this event because they love the sport so much. And it's really just awesome to see that.
I've been told, Carter, we may have an earthquake is what you're sensing here the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, when these 206 engines take off, there's going to be 30 of them. You're going to feel a rumble in your chest. It's going to be really amazing. You know, it's going to be similar to like that of an NHRA drag race. You know, it's just going to be rumbling down here in the downtown Rock Island and cause maybe a minor earthquake on the Richter scale. We'll have to see what happens.
Very exciting. The fun is just about ready to get going. And C&W Trucking, they are proud to be the sponsor of this year's King of the Streets race. Johannes Bus Service and Briggs & Stratton Racing are sponsors of the King of the Rock races. Mediacom has provided hotspots around the track for your convenience. To access the official program for the races, the QR code can be found at various locations around the track, including all crossings.
Margay Ignite Masters, please report to the grid. Margay Ignite Masters, please report to the grid.
C&W Trucking in Bettendorf is the place to go for all your shipping needs. Thank them for their support of today's races. C&W Trucking in Bettendorf. All of our heat racing will be 10 laps. So here we go. We're getting ready, Carter.
Second call for Margay Ignite Masters to the grid. Second call, Margay Ignite Masters to the grid. You got that right, Jay. 10 laps of racing here. It's going to be a sprint race. We'll have to see guys fighting from the back to the front, guys trying to keep their positions in the front. It's going to be one heck of a ride for all of us.
Don Newman from Coal Valley is in cart number 5.
1 minute to go.
Michael Dittmer from Davenport, number 7. Bellevue, Iowa. Gage Kemp, 44. Byron, Illinois. Kyle Roth, 92. Tony Nielsen from Delmar, Iowa, 19. Joseph Rapp out of Bettendorf, 26. 30 seconds. Drake Ostrom from Milan, 18.
Green, 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 underway. Rolling down to turn 1, it looks like Don Newman gets the jump. He's going to lead the way. Adam Lacey as well heading down to turn 1.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is on.
Looks like we have a little bit of incident in turn 1 there. And it's all clear.
So how is that when they're all packed together right out of the gates, trying to get yourself a little space?
Yeah, you have to fight and get some elbow room, and you have to get those elbows out and just force your way in and just try to make sure you have enough room so you can get there through clean. And it looks like they have one lap through. Adam Lacey in the lead.
His time 51.4. Jesse Clossy at 51.9. Don Newman in third after the opening lap.
Great start from Don Newman. He started about 8th or 9th there and was able to get up to close to first heading through turn 1, and he's able to stay in that top 3 there. Dittmer starting way back. He's up to 5th already. Tony Nielsen already up in 6th. One guy to keep an eye on there, Connor Lund, a past winner of the Rock, all the way down in 20th. He's going to be making his way up to the front. We'll have to see how they can do there.
Jesse Clossy leads through 2 laps. His best time at 44.8. Don Newman second. Adam Lessie third. Michael Dittmer fourth. Tony Nielsen in fifth.
Those top 3 have quite the gap already. Hopefully they play nice and hopefully can extend that gap so then Dittmer and Nielsen can stay back. But it looks like they weren't playing nice coming out of 6th there. It's going to be a 5-kart race, I think, coming up at this next lap. Fast lap goes to Jason Crane that time around from Monroe City, Missouri. And it's Don Newman leading once again.
Don Newman leads the way through 3. Jesse Clossy in second. Adam Lessie third. Riley Scott fourth. Michael Dittmer in fifth.
It's still those top 3 running away with it. They have a slight gap over Riley Scott in 4th and Michael Dittmer 5th. We'll have to see if those guys can claw their way back up.
Newman and Clossy got that drafting thing going on there.
Yes, they do. They're playing nice so far, and they're really building that gap. Riley Scott's tagging along with, but they're building that gap over Race Liberante, over a second between 3rd and 4th. This next time by will be halfway through the race already. They are just moving their way through, already going 5 laps through. And it's going to be Don Newman leading at halfway.
Newman, Clossy, Scott, Liberante, and Dittmer, your top 5. Chase Jones, Jeff Scott, Matt Payway, Jeff Dolian, and Tony Nielsen round out your top 10. Halfway through this 10-lap race.
And what did I say? Connor Lund was down in 20th. 3 laps later, he's all the way up to 13th. He's moving his way up to the front.
Liberante with the best time at 39.4 on that last lap. Newman, Clossy, Liberante, your top 3. Boy, Newman and Clossy, 39.783 for Newman, 39.781 for Clossy.
Yeah, and that's over 1 second faster than Race Liberante in 3rd. They're just building that gap and moving their way up away from him. 2 seconds separates 1st from 3rd.
Newman maintains that slim advantage over Clossy. Liberante right there in 3rd.
Ignite Masters, you should be on grid by now. You have your tires checked. You should have your tires checked at this point. Ignite Masters, you should be on the grid and have your tires checked by this point. And it looks like Chase Jones resets fastest lap there, 38.667. He's going to try to make his way up to the front.
Two laps to go. 8 complete. Newman still with the lead in the 5-kart. Liberante and Jones round out your top 3. When do you see them making that move in the last?
We'll have to see if it comes with 1 lap to go there. Donnie Newman's still leading, and it looks like Jesse Clossy got the short end. He's all the way down in 4th now. But with Liberante and Jones in between, we'll have to see if they play nice on this last lap. It is just the heat race, but, you know, these guys still want to have the pride of winning.
Race Liberante now in 1st. He is taking the top spot. Chase Jones in 2nd. Don Newman in 3rd.
And this is the last lap, so whoever comes by next time by is the winner. So we'll have to see how they come around.
Liberante's best lap was his 8th. Nothing like shining in the final stretches here.
Exactly. And it looks like they're coming around again. It's going to be Chase Jones with the win. Race Liberante second. Don Newman third. And I couldn't tell who was fourth. It was really close. Matt Payway is going into fourth. Jesse Clossy in fifth. Hey, what did I say, Jay? I said Chase Jones, he was back here in 2013, 2014 racing with Top Kart, and I said, let's see how he does with this 206 package when he comes back, and he gets that win in 206 Heavy 1.
Well done. That is quite the analyst call right there. You are 1 for 1 as we get rolling here in the heat racing.
Yeah, really, really quick race there. 10 laps is no time, and before you know it, it's all done. That was exhilarating, wasn't it?
That was good stuff. Chase Jones out of Indianapolis and Race Liberante out of Pennsylvania, and Don Newman from Coal Valley comes in third, as you mentioned, and Matt Payway out of Davenport in fourth. So 2 out of the top 4 right here in our backyard.
Yeah, Jesse Clossy in fifth as well. That was who we interviewed at the beginning of the race before. And then Connor Lund, I said he was 20th, and he was going to try to make his way up to the front. He got all the way up to 6th. What a run by Connor Lund there.
That is something. 20th up. That's a nice move.
Yeah, Dittmer in 7th, Jeff Dolian in 8th, Ethan Dietrich 9th, Rich Hale 10th, Tony Nielsen 11th, Riley Scott 12th, Jeff Scott 13th, Dench Cutshaw in 14th, Nick Denny rounds out your top 15. Up next, heading onto the grid already, is your Margay Ignite Masters.
And we got Tony Nielsen out of Del Mar in the 19 card. He'll be in here, just looking down the list. Randy Murdoch out of Waterloo, Iowa. 46. Michael Stevenson will lead the way out of Plainfield, Illinois.
We've got quite a few drivers going to play double duty here. They're going to be racing back-to-back. For example, Tony Nielsen, Skitchy Barnes. Those guys are racing in the 206 Heavy 1. And so they're going to have to go through the scales and then run their way down to the grid and make their way down here and get ready for the second race. You got time for a quick interview? All right, Jay, I'm down here on the grid with Skitchy Barnes out of Bermuda, one of our international drivers this year. Great guy. He's been coming to Rock Island year after year, and he shows it with his results. He's already gotten a couple rocks in his name. Skitchy, how does it feel to be back after this hiatus? After 2020, the races were canceled. How does it feel to be back?
It's good, man. This is always one of my favorite weekends of the year. Just love this race. Been coming here for almost 20 years, so it's good to have it back.
And so how many events are you signed up for this year?
Was 8. I'm down to 7.
Only 7. You're just too short of Tony Nielsen's 9. So you got quite a bit of work ahead of you this weekend. What are you looking forward to most with racing?
Yeah, but Nielsen doesn't race shifters, so that doesn't count, right? Shifters count for like double, so really I'm ahead of him. Yeah, looking forward to all the races, man. This Ignite program's always fun. Everyone on the same cart. Shifters is always my passion, so looking forward to the shifter races.
Absolutely. So those shifters are a lot of work. You said they should count for 2 entries. Can you just talk about the difference between the lowest horsepower class of the Briggs and then the highest horsepower class of those shifters? Can you just talk about that difference?
Yeah, it's night and day. It's really hard jumping, straight from a 206 into a shifter. Obviously, the speed is the biggest thing. So much more power and speed in the shifter. You're pulling gears. The carts drive completely different. So it takes a couple laps to adjust once you jump into that shifter. So it's definitely hard jumping from a 206 to a shifter, but it's fun.
Absolutely. Good luck out there, buddy. Thank you. Back to you, Jay.
I meant to have you ask him, Skitchy, if you're from the Bahamas, Bermuda, where do you vacation? Where does he vacation?
That's a great question. We'll have to ask him next time he comes onto the grid, which we'll be able to find him easy because he's in 7 classes this year. So
he'll be a busy man.
Along with the likes of Tony Nielsen. Tony Nielsen starting in 4th for this race. So let's go over the starting order, Jay.
Michael Stevenson in the 9 cart, then Skitchy Barnes, 109. 65 is Ed Foster. 19, Tony Nielsen. The 6 is David Barbosa. Daryl Cooney, number 9. Kenneth Williams, 69. 70 is Gregory Mefford out of Glen Carbon, Illinois. 45 is Scott Blind out of St. Louis. Brandon Moore, number 8 from Alton, Illinois. Mark Tucker, 213 from Jamaica, New York. And Randy Murdoch from Waterloo, 46. As we have got 12 going in the Margay Ignite Masters in this heat race.
It's going to be a great race for us here. It's a great class, too, because the Ignite program is something that was started by Margay, the kart manufacturer out of St. Louis, Missouri. They were thinking, what's the best way to have an Check. Sorry about that, everybody. We just lost power in our broadcast trailer here. We got it all sorted out, though. And here we go. Getting ready to go.
1 minute.
This is probably going to be the longest 1 minute for these drivers all year because they are just so pent up, ready to go. The anticipation is there, and it'll be 30 seconds coming up here pretty soon.
And then it's the longest 30 seconds you've had.
That's exactly right, Jay. That's exactly right. 30 seconds to go.
And there's the green flag, and off we go. And we already have a problem here.
It looks like Skitchy Barnes and Tony Nielsen lead into turn number 1. We have an incident on the front straightaway that has to get sorted out. And they're up and rolling and going, and they're gone.
Carter, what'd you see there?
It looks like just a couple guys fighting for some space, and one climbed a tire. You know, these things happen. Wasn't too serious, and they're both driving away, which is great. Let's see how they roll out after turn number 6 here. Sounds like they're going through 4 and 5. Here we go. Out of 6, it's going to be Skitchy Barnes, followed by Tony Nielsen, and then it's going to be the 09 of Michael Stevenson in third.
Barnes a time of 47.1, Nielsen 47.4, and Stevenson 48.2.
What a great start by Skitchy Barnes. Oh, I heard the barrier in turn 1. That's not good. We'll have to see who that is when they come around. Yeah, but what a great opening lap by Skitchy Barnes to be able to start from second, get up to first, and have that decent lead going in. But you can never count out Tony Nielsen, especially in this class. He's the defending champion. He's really good at this track, really consistent. Skitchy Barnes still with the lead. Tony Nielsen second, Michael Stevenson in third.
Barnes' last time was 41.3. That is his best time.
And he's pulled out a gap of 1.1 seconds over Tony Nielsen in second. We'll see if Tony can hook up with Michael Stevenson here and draft back up to Skitchy.
Yes, certainly a gap there between Stevenson and Tucker. 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, after lap 3, more of the same with Skitchy Barnes in the lead in first. Resetting fast time 40.7 compared to Tony Nielsen's 40.8. 1.2 seconds separates the top 2. Michael Stevenson falling back by about 4/10 there. He can still draft back up to Tony. Mark Tucker 4th. Kenneth Williams in 5th. Daryl Cooney 6th. Scott Blind 7th. Gregory Melford 8th. Brandon Moore 9th. 10th is Randy Murdoch. Looks like the guy that went out in turn 1 there is Ed Foster. Ed Foster of Waterloo, Iowa.
Barnes, Nielsen, Stevenson continue to be 1, 2, 3 through 4 laps.
Next time by is going to be halfway. Skitchy Barnes with ultimate consistency. 0.003 of a second between his previous 2 laps. That is next level right there. Kenneth Williams, though, retakes fast lap from Skitchy. We'll have to see if he could do something about getting up to the front, maybe getting up to Mark Tucker. Wow, you just look at Skitchy coming out of turn 6. He just looks so smooth. His cart doesn't bounce, and he's just rolling along there. Tony Nielsen, though, takes fastest lap by a couple thousandths over Skitchy. We'll have to see if he can claw his way back up to the first place spot.
Yeah, Skitchy Barnes has just got this thing going right now, halfway through. All systems go for him.
Yeah, he just has that really good consistency. He's just getting faster and faster. And when he doesn't set a fast lap for himself, he's only a couple thousandths off. So that's the ultimate setup. He's got the tire pressures right. He's got that setup rolling, and he's rocking through here.
And his last lap was his best lap. 6 laps through. Still rolling along. Up 1.3 on Tony Nielsen. Stevenson 2.5 back. And 4th place, Kenneth Williams. He is 7 seconds back.
Really close times between Skitchy and Tony that last time around. Only 1/100th of a second between their times. Tony still 1.3 seconds behind Skitchy. He could still get there. We'll just have to see if he can do it in enough time.
Seven laps complete for Skitchy Barnes, and it's all systems go as he continues to lead the way.
Tony Nielsen, though, sets fastest lap by 1/10 over Skitchy's. 1.2 seconds now between the top two. I don't think he'll have enough time to get there by the end of the race, though.
What would be your timing where you're saying you're too far back? So you're saying the 1.2, that's...
Well, it's just 1.2 is not a lot of time here, but it's just with the amount of laps left, there's just not that many. So, and also it's a heat race, so Tony's probably just trying to keep it on track at this point. He's finishing second in his top 3. He's probably going to be not satisfied that he didn't win, but he's happy that he's going to be starting on the front row for tomorrow.
The man from Bermuda continues to lead through 8 laps. 1:09. That is Skitchy Barnes going around through the district of Rock Island. Tony Nielsen from Del Mar, Iowa, strong in second.
They are coming up to lap traffic, though, this time around. With 1 lap to go, it's still Skitchy Barnes in the lead, but he's on lap traffic. Tony Nielsen coming up behind. He's going to be about 1.9, almost 2 seconds off the pace now, or 2 seconds behind Skitchy Barnes. So it looks like it's Skitchy Barnes' race here with 1 lap to go.
Everyone's going to want to talk to you before the race, Carter.
No kidding. We'll have to see who's next then. But yeah, it's looking great for Skitchy. He had his setup right. His kart was looking great through turn 6, and he's just rolling along, setting faster lap after fast lap. Although Kenneth Williams takes that fast lap in 4th place, he got down to a 39.768, 2/10 faster than Skitchy. Kenneth Williams, look at you, buddy. That's really, really good time right there. Checkered flag in the air. It's Skitchy Barnes with the win. Tony Nielsen in second. And it looks like Kenneth Williams got up to 3rd over Michael Stevenson. Good for Kenneth Williams, setting some fast times there, able to get around Michael on the last lap.
Yeah, that was quite the push there by Kenneth Williams to come into 3rd place. So Barnes, Nielsen, Williams, Stevenson, Tucker, Blind, Mefford, Cooney, Moore, your top 9. Scott Blend.
David Barbosa in 10th, Randy Murdoch in 11th, and then Ed Foster with a DNF after that turn 1 incident in 12th. Really good race by those Ignite Masters guys. They're really getting with it. You know, it's Masters, you're at least 35 years old to compete, but those guys still have young hearts, and it's really good to see them get out and get racing.
So, Carter, you would not be able to race with those guys. That is what you're telling me.
No, I would not. I'm a few years behind that.
But you're telling me I could race with those guys, but that won't happen.
I mean, let's get you in a kart. Well, probably not this year, but let's get you some training first, and then we'll see if we can get you in maybe next year or 2 years from now.
I'll be a part of the Christmas Eve Grand Prix. I'll be out here by myself.
Up next, we got the King of the Rock 100cc race. Looks like, we got some. So the King of the Rock 100cc race has a couple different engines. We have the IAME KA100 engines along with the Yamaha KT100 engines with tuned pipe on the back. It's a really great class. It's growing with the KA 100. Hopefully, we can get more KA 100 guys here within the next couple of years. But yeah, we got some really great names in here, Jay.
Landon Wilkins has the pole position, and he is in cart number 26. He's out of Wiley, Texas. Tim Gotch from Bettendorf, number 1. Number 99 is Charlie Moore. Number 66, Race Liberante. 22, Austin Wilkins from Wiley, Texas as well. And Riley Scott from Quincy, 88. And 56 is Chase Jones out of Indianapolis. You're telling me, Carter, they've all got their helmets on. Nobody's going to – I would think they all want to talk to you. You talked to the winner last go-around.
Yeah, you never know. Some of these guys are very superstitious. They like to get their helmets on and get in the zone before the race. You know, you got to respect it. So
absolutely,
it's something I would do for sure. You know, it's intimidating seeing a guy walk up on the grid with his helmet on already. You know, you don't have a face to the name, especially. So it's really I think it's almost an intimidation factor. So. Again, some names to look out for here. Austin Wilkins, he's our course record holder and the king of the streets in 2016. He set the track record there around this track. And then Chase Jones as well. He's out of Indianapolis, Indiana. And how can you overlook Tim Getch and Race Liberante starting 2nd and 4th? Race Liberante, our king of the streets defending champion, and Tim Getch, household name here in the Rock Island Grand Prix in the Yamaha KT100 senior class over the years. Getting multiple rock victories. And, he's just moved on to the KA100 engine. I can see on his cart there. He's got a Praga cart ready to go with some Hoosier tires on it. Kevin Williams, sitting on the barriers. Sitting on the barriers. Now he's standing up. That's his engine tuner. It's going to be a great race with these guys. A lot of high-quality drivers in this field.
Carter, while we have a moment, want to mention some of our tremendous sponsors, and we have got a whole bunch of them that make the Rock Island Grand Prix such a success every single Labor Day weekend. RLV Tuned Exhaust Products, Santa Maria, California, and its dealer network is the proud sponsor of the Grand Prix registration and Volunteer Center. Its product lines have supported kart racers for decades. And the Law Center is not only the sponsor of the start-finish line, it is located at the start-finish line. See them for a wide variety of legal services. Sunbelt Rentals in Moline provides much of the equipment needed for the Extreme Rock Island Grand Prix. Visit them for all your equipment needs, construction, industrial, or residential. And be sure to visit the Bradley University Society of Automotive Engineers display in front of WHBF TV. Bradley SAE also works with Bradley Formula SAE Senior Project Team. This gives students the chance to learn skills in design and manufacturing they would otherwise not learn until their senior year. The race cars are on display, and they are happy to talk with you about their program and careers for men and women in motorsports.
Jay, we got less than 1 minute here for the King of the Rock 100cc heat race. Again, let's go through the starting order. Landon Wilkins in first, Tim Getch in second, Charlie Moore third, Race Liberante fourth, Austin Wilkins fifth, Riley Scott sixth, Chase Jones seventh. Keep an eye on Chase Jones and Austin Wilkins to make their way from the back to the front as they go through this race here. Less than 30 seconds to go. Different engine packages here. A lot of KA100 engines. I think I saw a Yamaha engine in there somewhere as well. Actually, it's all KA100 engines I can see here. And it's green, green, green. Great start for Charlie Moore. Riley Scott up to second. We got clean through turn one. And it's going to be Charlie Moore leading the way. Riley Scott was second going through turn one. Let's see how they go with coming around to turn six. Laps will be much faster than the previous two classes. These guys will be wheeling it, getting up to about 80, 85, close to 90 miles an hour as they head down to turn two especially. And as they come around lap 1, it's going to be Charlie Moore in first, Riley Scott in second, Landon Wilkins in third. Tim Getch is up there as well.
So you're talking this peak around 80 on this race?
Yeah, in this racetrack, they'll reach 80 miles an hour, maybe a little bit higher with these IME KA 100 engines. They're really, really fast, really high-quality engines. Two-stroke, really high-octane fuel. Smells great when they go by, and you'll hear a lot of tire squeal as they go into the turns as well.
How about turns 4 and 5? How do they handle that?
Turns 4 and 5 are going to be a little bit different because they're a bit slower. Turns 4 and 5 are really tight, so they will have to definitely hit the brakes for 5. For 4, they might just get away with a lift of the throttle, get some weight on those front wheels, get a twitch in that cart, and be able to get it around there and wheel it. Turn 5, they'll definitely have to hit the brake, and there's only one line there that's fast, so they'll have a lot of work cut out for them going through those turns.
Charlie Moore leading the way through 2 laps. His best time, 36.6. And Riley Scott right there, right behind him, a differential of 0.6.
Whoa, sideways coming out of turn 6, Race Liberante, but he keeps it underneath him. He's trying his best to get it around Riley Scott, and he's got Chase Jones all over the back of him as well, so we'll have to see how that pans out. Charlie Moore, though, still building that gap, 1.068 seconds ahead of second place.
What a jump for Liberante, though. Wasn't race, he was down quite a bit.
Yeah, he has jumped up quite a bit there. Chase Jones right behind him as well after starting in last. Chase Jones did have the previous best lap until Liberante took it that last time around. And here they come around again. It's going to be Charlie Moore still leading with Race Liberante second, Chase Jones third. Those two are on a roll, man.
Look at those best times, literally identical. Liberante and Jones.
Yeah, 35.619, 35.618 for Jones. That is extremely close. You can tell they're drafting together quite a bit. Chase Jones is really chomping at the bit to get up to the front, and he's showing Race Liberante the fast way around, and they're really moving their way up. And there he goes on the inside, Race Liberante. They're 3 wide going across the start-finish line. Race Liberante on the inside, Chase Jones in the middle, Charlie Moore on the outside. They head into 1. What a race.
That was something else. All 3 of them just barreling right by here.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little bit of contact going into 6. Charlie Moore did get sideways. He could have just he was pushing really hard, though, so he could have gotten sideways on his own, too. But he got sideways, and that opened up the gap for Jones and Liberante to go on the inside, and there were 3 wide going across the line. Charlie Moore still leads. Race Liberante and Chase Jones are still going at it for second. Tim Getch has entered the party now. We'll have to see how that turns out for them.
That has got to bring out the competitive side when you are 3 in a row. That has got to get it going.
It gets really, really hairy sometimes. You're going really fast, close to 80 miles an hour, 3 wide with other people. Somebody's got to give, and sometimes there's 2 guys that don't want to give. So we'll have to see how it turns out for them. Here they come around again. It's going to be Race Liberante in first, Charlie Moore second, Chase Jones in third, trying to get around him. But Charlie Moore has got an engine that works like a horse, and he's going to stay in second going through turn number 1.
So 66 is leading the way through 7 laps. And last time, 35.5. Charlie Moore's last lap, 35.9. Chase Jones, 35.9.
This is great racing between those top 3. They are really, really going for it. Tim Getch, 4th. Austin Wilkins, 5th. Landon Wilkins, 6th. Riley Scott, 7th. As they go around again, it's going to be a Race Liberante with 2 laps to go in the lead. Chase Jones, 2nd. Charlie Moore, 3rd. Chase Jones finally clears Charlie Moore. Let's see if he can chase down Race Liberante and go after that race lead with 2 laps to go.
Race certainly with some separation here through 8 laps.
Yeah, he's 0.6 of a second at the line ahead of Chase Jones. Chase Jones, though, is showing some really great pace, even though Race Liberante did take the fast lap that time around, 35.0 versus a 35.2 with Chase Jones. And Chase Jones is all over him as they come around for the final lap. Race Liberante in the lead. Chase Jones with a new fast lap, 34.540. Charlie Moore in 3rd. Tim Getch in 4th. Austin Wilkins 5th. Landon Wilkins 6th. Riley Scott 7th. It looks like Riley Scott went out a couple laps ago with the incident. He spun in turn 5 is what we're hearing. That's unfortunate luck for him. You can hear him coming through 4. They're about to make their way through 5. We'll see who gets it at the end here. It's Race Liberante and Chase Jones going at it. We'll have to see. And it's going to be Chase Jones in first. Charlie Moore second. Race Liberante third. Tim Getch fourth. Austin Wilkins and then Landon Wilkins in 6th. What a race there.
Performance. Chase Jones coming up here and getting the thing done and finishing it. His last lap, 36.906. His best lap was his 9th, and his best time, 34.540. We have a cell phone that was left at the Briggs & Stratton booth. Cell phone alert. If you're missing a cell phone at the Briggs & Stratton booth, we've got it here at the start and finish line.
Wow, that was a heck of a race, Jay. I am left breathless a little bit because of just how exciting it was. They were going 3 wide across the start-finish line there.
Yeah, that was something. That was about maybe 6 laps in when we had the 3 wide going.
Yeah, it was just Charlie Moore with the lead and then Chase Jones and Race Liberante trying to get around him, and they were 3 wide. It was just something to watch up here. Man, you don't see that too often, but when you do, it really gets your heart pumping.
And with the quality of, well, they're all wonderful drivers, but Liberante with the lead, I kind of was thinking he was going to lock it down, but that's racing.
One thing to take note here, Race Liberante, or it's Chase Jones, on a Will Power kart. Will Power, the IndyCar driver, has started a kart brand. It's had some really good success, especially in the Super Karts USA series. And Chase Jones is really showing off what it can do here on the streets of Rock Island as well. Up next, we have our Briggs 206 Masters Heat Race. Let's go over the lineup, Jay.
And we have got 14 racing in this one, and the pole position is going to go to Jeff Scott. He's out of Quincy, Illinois. Rich Hale from Indiana. 98 is Rich Hale. 31, Jeff Dolian in third. Michael Welsh has the 4th spot. He's 75. Skitchy Barnes back for action. 109. And the 6th spot, Adam Lessie. 7 is Michael Dittmer out of Davenport. That's number 7. Number 45 is Scott Blend out of St. Louis. Fred Williams is number 4 out of Taylor Ridge, Illinois, right around the corner. Don Newman from Coal Valley, another Quad City racer. Number 5, he is in the 10 slot. Number 11, Tony Nielsen from Delmar, Iowa. Daryl Cooney, number 9. And 12th and 13th is Jerry Miller out of Donahue. And Jason Crane from Monroe City, Missouri is number 77. So we've got 14 going. It's going to be a crowded track, Carter.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be great to watch. Again, the Masters, for those of you that didn't hear the first time, it's 35 and up for if you're a driver. So we have a lot of the guys that are the established veterans, Tony Nielsen, Michael Dittmer, Don Newman, the guys that have been here for years, Skitchy Barnes as well, Michael Welsh, all guys here that are really good names in Rock Island, all have rocks to their name. It's going to be a great class with great quality drivers, and we're really looking forward to see what they can do.
Couple of other announcements for you. The Briggs & Stratton engines power many of the karts racing here today. And be sure to visit their gear shop in the pit area. And that's by U.S. Bank. Joanna's Bus Service is the premier supplier of transportation for small or large groups in the Quad Cities and beyond. They have been supporting local events like the Grand Prix for more than 50 years. They are also currently seeking drivers, so please call them on Tuesday. Quad City Storm professional hockey team, they invite you to try your skill at shooting the puck at their booth on 3rd Avenue in the center of the track. They are happy also to share information about the upcoming season and tickets. The infield can be easily accessed at one of the 4 crosswalks between races. The horn catches me off guard every time as well. Namely, since we're about 3 feet from it.
With that, they're about to start up here. They're getting all their engines started.
Carter, there's a long list here, but any couple that we should keep a special eye on?
Well, I'm looking at Don Newman right now because of his performance in that Ignite Masters 1. He did really well in that race, so let's see if he can keep that momentum up here. Tony Nielsen, obviously, he's one of the winningest drivers here for a reason. He's fast. Michael Welsh, Michael Dittmer, Skitchy Barnes, all these guys, Jeff Scott, Jeff Dolian, Rich Hale, these guys, they're all good. So I can't really pick any one person, really.
Yep. It is sort of fun to see the guys. 30 seconds. This should be some race, and we are getting ready to get it going. And the green flag is off, and here we go. And we've got some contact right out of the gate here.
And they are 4 wide heading over towards turn number 1. Michael Welsh looks like he has the lead up front there. We'll have to see. Yep, it looks like Michael Welsh has that lead.
And they are all clear. We will see how it shakes out as they come back around.
Those guys really got the elbows out on that initial start right there. There's a lot of bumping and grinding. They got their way going, and a lot of hits in the bumper as well, but they got their way to turn number 1 with no issue.
Yeah, we are off in the bumps, and they were definitely bouncing around there for a moment.
And they're going through turn 4, heading through turn 5. Here they come to turn number 6. We'll have to see who leads coming out here. It is Michael Welsh, followed by the 31 of Jeff Dolian, followed by Michael Dittmer, Rich Hale, and Jeff Scott. Skitchy Barnes, Don Newman, Adam Lacey, Tony Nielsen, Jerry Miller, Scott Blend, Jason Crane, Daryl Cooney.
Welsh with the time of 45.855, Dolian 45.863. So 1 and 2 right there, and Dittmer's right there as well, 45.4. Your top 3 through the opening lap.
I bet you, Jay, this is going to be a very close race between the top 5, top 10. It's going to be very, very close. Here they come. Michael Welsh still leading, followed by Jeff Dolian and Michael Dittmer. They're making a move, though, going to turn number 1. And Dittmer and Dolian both take over the lead. Michael Welsh heads down to 3rd. It's going to be a great race here with Tony Nielsen setting the fastest lap that last time by.
Yeah, Welsh and Dolian separated by .066 through 2 laps as they weave their way through the district. Here we go.
Dolian leads, followed by Dittmer and Welsh, Rich Hale, Jeff Scott, Don Newman, Skitchy Barnes, Tony Nielsen, Adam Lacey, Jerry Miller, Jason Crane, Scott Blend. Tony Nielsen, again, setting fast time, 38.9. Look at that compared to the leaders. They're at a 39.4, half a second slower. So Tony Nielsen is mowing them down. Bermuda's finest, Skitchy Barnes in 7th, Don Newman 6th. Newman following a good performance in that first Ignite Masters race. Here they come by again. It's Dittmer, followed by Welsh. It is the top 5 in a train. Rich Hale third, Jeff Dolian, Jeff Scott, Don Newman, Tony Nielsen once again resetting fast lap, 38.775.
Still in 7th, but he has been cranking it up these last 2 laps.
Yeah, it looks like he got past Skitchy Barnes that last lap by, and he is mowing his way down. Yep. He was 2.5 seconds behind previously. Now he's only 1.7 seconds behind the leader.
Yep. Halfway through, Dittmer, Welsh, Hale, Dolian, and Scott, your top 5. And guess who? Tony Nielsen, once again with your best time.
38.3. To put that in perspective, Michael Dittmer, his fast lap was just that last lap, and he's in lead 39.2. So Tony Nielsen is coming.
I keep waiting for Nielsen to do a little bit of a leapfrog with these numbers he's been
We'll have
posting.
to see. Here he comes by.
Dittmer, Rich Hale now in 2nd. Michael Welsh in 3rd. Jeff Dolian 4th. Jeff Scott 5th. Tony Nielsen in 7th. Don Newman there in 6th.
You got to imagine Rich Hale, Michael Welsh are probably playing nice right now, and then they're going to save their moves for the last 2 laps. We'll have to see how they play here when they come around next time by.
Rich Hale with the lead. Michael Welsh 2nd. Jeff Scott 3rd. Don Newman 4th. Jeff Dolian in 5th. Rich Hale last time through 39.56. Michael Welsh 39.55.
Tony Nielsen moved up to 6th. The biggest loser that lap was Michael Dittmer, dropping all the way down to 7th from 1st. He got freight trained like no other. It's just one of those NASCAR deals right there. You just get in a line, and all of a sudden everybody's just trying to pass you. 2 laps to go. Michael Welsh leads, and they're coming up on lap traffic. Rich Hale 2nd, Jeff Scott 3rd, Jeff Dolian 4th, Don Newman, Tony Nielsen, Skitchy Barnes, Michael Dittmer, Jason Crane, Jerry Miller, Adam Lacey, Scott Blend, Daryl Cooney, and Fred Williams. Coming up on lap traffic here, it's going to make things interesting, Jay.
The final push. We are 8 laps complete. Boy, how about that for some competition? Rich Hale leading the way. Jeff Scott right there in 2nd. Jeff Dolian in 3rd. Don Newman. Michael Welsh, your top 5. Tony Nielsen in 6th.
And this is the last lap right here. We'll have to see how it plays out. I could see guys like Michael Welsh and Tony Nielsen that are 5th and 6th somehow coming out 1st and 2nd with how these play out.
And here we are. Jeff Scott takes it. Jeff Dolian 2nd. Don Newman 3rd. Rich Hale 4th. Skitchy Barnes in 5th. Michael Dittmer 6th. Tony Nielsen 7th. Michael Welsh in 8th. Jason Crane 9th. Jerry Miller 10th. Adam Lacey 11th. And Scott Blend 12th. As we wrap that one up, but that was a very, very tight race there, Carter.
That's what I said at the beginning, Jay. It was just too close to call between all these quality drivers of this equal engine package. Everybody has a great setup around this track. It's just really hard to say who's going to win when you're just getting ready for the start of the race. So Jeff Scott, Jeff Dolian, those guys, just really high-quality drivers. Jeff Scott out of Quincy, Illinois. Jeff Dolian out of Frisco, Texas. Donnie Newman, representing the Quad Cities, finishes 3rd. Rich Hale out of Shelbyville, Indiana, 4th. Skitchy Barnes, Bermuda's finest, finishing 5th. Dittmer, 6th. Tony Nielsen 7th, Michael Welsh 8th, Jason Crane 9th, Jerry Miller 10th, Adam Lacey 11th, Scott Blind 12th, 13th is Gerald Cooney, and 14th, Fred Williams.
Thank you guys very much for mentioning our store. Appreciate it.
And as we get ready for more racing, I want to remind you that Joe Schur is your local agent for Modern Woodmen of America. They can help you with all your financial services needs. See his ad in the official program and call for an appointment next week. Miller Beer and its local distributor, Euclid Beverage, are proud to sponsor the VIP hospitality area at this year's race. Miller and other products are available at the two beer stands, one in the infield of the track and the other at 3rd Avenue and 18th Street by Kavanaugh's Hilltop Bar in Rock Island.
I'm going to ask you about what it's like.
Yeah.
Looks like Carter's got a guest.
All right, Jay, I'm down here on grid with Luke Thompson starting P2. Luke, this is your first Rock Island Grand Prix, if I'm right. Yeah, it's his first Rock Island Grand Prix here. What's it feel like just to be down here in the streets of Rock Island competing at the Rock Island Grand Prix?
I watched my dad race this race, 1994, the first Rock Island Grand Prix, so it's pretty emotional for me.
That's great to hear, buddy. All right, Jay, back to you. It's a father-son story here. His dad competed in the first Rock Island Grand Prix back in 1994. He just wanted to fill his footsteps in. He's competing here in 2021.
That is terrific stuff. No doubt racing is a family thing indeed. No question about it. And Carter, I mean, you know all about family and racing.
Absolutely. My dad competed here at Rock Island for the first couple of years as well. Back in the Yamaha, I believe I don't even remember what is Sportsman, I believe is what it was called back in the day. Yeah, Super Sportsman. So he competed back in the 90s and then just took a hiatus from racing back when I was born. My sister were kids. You know, he has to step away from racing. And then we got back in it in 2010. And remember the first time we came here for Rock Island back in 2015, my dad was really hesitant to have me do it because he just he's a dad, you know, they just worry. Parents worry. You know, that's the first job they have is to worry about their kids. So it was great to have him give me his blessing to do this. So, you know, it was just a really great experience just to fill his footsteps as well.
And he's here today enjoying the racing.
Yes, he is. He's actually helping Luke Thompson, who I just interviewed. He's really good friends with them, and he's just helping him out, giving him an extra hand with his expertise and all that.
And Luke is got the number 14 cart, and he will be in the 2-hole. Kenneth Williams, he has got the pole position. Kenneth Williams, followed by Luke Thompson. And you got Brandon Moore, Skitchy Barnes, Tony Nielsen, Justin Vansel, Jeremiah Davis. Number 8 in the 8th spot is Andrew Coulter. Number 9, Mark Tucker. The 10th spot, Gage Kemp out of Bellevue, Iowa. Michael Stevenson is 11th. 12th is Ashton Wheeler in the 13th spot. Trevor Egmeyer from Troy, Illinois. Riley Scott, 14. Jeremy Remick and David Barbosa round out our 16 drivers in this big-time race, the Margay Ignite Senior 1 heat race.
Yeah, it's a great class. You know, a few years back, Margay asked themselves the question, what's a great way to create an entry-level package for people that are relatively new to the sport and don't have, like, the experience and don't know the best way to start into the sport? And they said, why don't we create a spec chassis with a Briggs engine that's sealed, that's really even equal competition. People can learn how to drive karts and learn how to tune them within reason without doing anything too spontaneous, too crazy. And they came up with this Ignite package, and it's had great success so far across the country. Margay has their own series in St. Louis, Missouri at the Gateway Kartplex. They have great turnout there. That's really close to like national level numbers. You know, they have really great turnout, and it's just been really great success for them so far. And it's had a lot of people enter in the sport, and it's just been really great to have more people enter in through this method.
Well, that's probably the name of the game in any sport, is to embrace new people getting involved to the growth of the sport, to allow that to happen.
Exactly, and that's just what they asked themselves that question: how can we make it easy for people to get into it? And this is what they came up with, and it's had great success. So we got to tip our hat to Margay for bringing this solution to a problem of just like how complicated it can be to get into motorsports in general, not just karting. And they've really had a great program and had a great idea, and they've really implemented it well.
Should be a fun race ahead as we have got 16 drivers getting ready to get things going here. And these heat races, you can see this is not the practice rounds.
No, it's not. I'm really looking at Kenneth Williams here as well. He had fast lap in the 206 or that Ignite Masters at the second race that we had. Kenneth Williams had that fast lap of the race, so I'm expecting him to perform really well. We'll have to see how Luke Thompson can adapt to this conditions as his first time here. Skitchy Barnes, you always got to keep an eye on him. Tony Nielsen, Justin Vansel. Vansel's a really high-quality driver. Gage Kemp is going to work his way up. Ashton Wheeler's going to be right behind him. We'll have to see what they could do here.
This is always great to watch the start here, Carter.
Get ready for a rumble in the Rock Island Grand Prix. 1 minute to go. "30 seconds. Visors are going down. Racers are ready. It's going to be the Ignite Senior 1 here at Rock Island." Green, green, green. Underway. A great start by Gage Kemp and Ashton Wheeler on the outside. They're looking to take the lead heading into turn number 1. We'll have to see who leads going through it. It's going to be, looks like Luke Thompson maybe, as well as Kenneth Williams. Gage Kemp was fighting for it right there in the cart, number 44. He had a great start with Ashton Wheeler all over his bumper, and they were moving their way up to the front straight away. You can hear him rolling through the back section, turns 3, 4, and heading towards 5.
And we are at the start-finish line, so once they leave us here, we're just listening and waiting for them to make the turn, and here they come.
It is going to be Kenneth Williams in first, followed by Gage Kemp, Tony Nielsen, Ashton Wheeler, and it's going to be Riley Scott in 5th, Jeremiah Davis, Brandon Moore, Skitchy Barnes, Justin Vansel, Michael Stevenson, Trevor Eggmeyer, Andrew Coulter, Mark Tucker, Jeremy Remick, Luke Thompson.
So that's our setup as we are at the start-finish line, and we have got the results. So every time they complete the lap, we get the big update with the times and all the numbers you need. But it's fascinating just to hear the roar across the district.
Absolutely. And it looks like Gage Kemp takes the lead from Kenneth Williams, followed by Tony Nielsen. Kenneth Williams drops back to 3rd. Ashton Wheeler 4th, Riley Scott 5th, Skitchy Barnes 6th, Brandon Moore 7th, Jeremiah Davis 8th, Justin Vansel 9th, Michael Stevenson 10th.
Gage Kemp is last lap 41.1. Tony Nielsen 41.19. To Kemp's 41.11.
I imagine Tony's going to be all over Gage's bumper as they come around here. Actually, Tony Nielsen's going to be in the lead, followed by Gage Kemp, Kenneth Williams in 3rd, Riley Scott, Skitchy Barnes, Brandon Moore, Ashton Wheeler, Jeremiah Davis, Justin Vansel, Michael Stevenson. He wasn't even on his back bumper, Jay. He was already past him by the time he got here.
That is making the move, and he made the move.
Absolutely. Fast lap, though, goes to Skitchy Barnes. 40.05 compared to 40.5 for Tony Nielsen, 40.9 for Gage Kemp. Skitchy Barnes on rails right now, trying to make his way up to the front.
in the fifth position at the moment.
And he is at the tail end of the lead line. Tony Nielsen first, Gage Kemp second, Kenneth Williams, Riley Scott, Skitchy Barnes. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all right on each other, separated by 0.6 through the top 5.
Riley Scott with the best time on the last lap at 39.50. The leader, Tony Nielsen, with a lap time of 40.17.
Halfway through the race, it's Tony Nielsen still in the lead. Gage Kemp, Riley Scott, Skitchy Barnes moving his way up to 4th. He's coming. Kenneth Williams, Brandon Moore, Ashton Wheeler, Justin Vansel, Jeremiah Davis, Michael Stevenson. That's your top 10.
And that top 3 separated by 0.468. Skitchy Barnes in 4th at 0.631 back.
He's going to be right on that bumper by the time they come around again. They're only halfway through, as Skitchy Barnes has plenty of time to make his way up to that top 3, maybe even top 2. Here they come around again. Tony Nielsen, followed by Gage Kemp, Riley Scott, Skitchy Barnes all over him in 4th. Just 0.3 separating the top 4. Kenneth Williams 5th, Brandon Moore 6th, Justin Vansel 7th. It's exciting stuff, Jay. What do you think?
Yeah, that is something. 0.3 for the top 4 races. And Kemp just 0.085 behind Nielsen.
He was right on his bumper. We'll have to see if he makes a move with the last couple of laps here. It looks like he's going to be playing nice for now.
6 laps complete. They're all 10 laps today.
There he goes. Tony Nielsen first, second. Gage Kemp, but Skitchy Barnes makes his way up to 3rd. He's moving. Riley Scott 4th, Kenneth Williams in 5th. Jay, what do you think? Are they going to play nice?
I'm going to say no. They're going for a win.
We'll just have to see if he wants to do it with 2 laps to go, 1 lap to go, less than 1 lap to go. We'll just have to see. Looks like it's going to be 2 laps to go this time by. There it is with Skitchy Barnes in the lead. Tony Nielsen 2nd, Riley Scott 3rd, Gage Kemp 4th. Kenneth Williams 5th, Brandon Moore 6th, Justin Vansel 7th, Ashton Wheeler 8th with a new fast time for Ashton Wheeler, 39.4.
How about that? Skitchy Barnes takes the lead 8 laps through. His best lap was lap 4, but he leads the way 8 laps complete.
We'll have to see if he can hold it, though. That might have been just 1 lap too early for a move. It's going to be 1 lap to go as they come around this time by. With Skitchy Barnes still in the lead, Riley Scott 2nd, Gage Kemp 3rd, Tony Nielsen drops to 4th, Kenneth Williams in 5th. Tony Nielsen just unlucky there these last 2 laps, dropping to 2nd, then dropping to 4th these last 2 laps. One lap to go. We'll see if Riley Scott and Gage Kemp can play nice, or if they're going to try to pass Skitchy on this last lap. They would have done it going into turn 2, maybe in turn 4. There's a really good switch back there that they could just put the nose in there and dive in.
We will see in seconds as they come on around.
And it's going to be Riley Scott, Gage Kemp, Skitchy Barnes, Kenneth Williams, Tony Nielsen. That's your top 5. Nose to tail, it was so close.
Riley Scott takes it. Gage Kemp comes in 2nd. Skitchy Barnes in 3rd. Kenneth Williams in 4th. Tony Nielsen 5th. Justin Vansel 6th. Brandon Moore 7th. Ashton Wheeler 8th. Trevor Eggmeyer 9th. Michael Stevenson rounds out your top 10. What do you call it? Riley Scott, they made the big move there on lap 10.
Yeah, it's just sometimes you want to be first, sometimes you want to be second. You have the advantage in second because you just know when you're going to make your move. The leader doesn't know. But also with the advantage of being in first is you have that position. If they can't make the pass, then it's all yours. But with this track, with the draft being so strong, you just never know with these guys. It looks like he probably got his move done in turn 2, maybe turn 3. Turn 4 would be a good one to stick the nose in, but in the end, though, it's Riley Scott first with Gage Kemp in second, and Skitchy Barnes, Kenneth Williams, Tony Nielsen rounding out your top 5.
Where would you like to be when you're racing? How do you like to play that?
If I was in a final with a few different guys running nose to tail, I would like to be in second place. First is nice, but you're always a sitting duck at that point. You could get freight train and drop from first to fifth in a lap. So if it's coming out to the last lap, I'd like to be in second and be the one that's leading that freight train to come to the line next time around.
You know what you're going to do and when you're going to do it.
Exactly. That's the advantage of being in second. You know when you're going to plot your move, that leader doesn't know, and you always have that ability to sneak up on him and go when he's not expecting it.
Interesting stuff as always. Carter Pease, you are terrific. United Township graduate, pride of East Moline, driver, a racer here for 5 years. Started 1995. Was your first race here?
No, 2015.
1995. 2015.
95 was before I was even born.
This is what happens when I get up at 7 in the morning. I work second shift. All right. 2015. I was only off by 20 years. But yeah, 2015 was your first year, 5 years of racing here.
Yep.
And you certainly know the lay of the land here in Rock Island.
Absolutely. It's great to be back. I really want to be behind the wheel here this weekend, but, sometimes you just better off to just sit on the sidelines one year. Maybe I'll be back next year. We'll have to see.
Well, if nothing else, you can drive home this evening.
Exactly. I'll be driving back to my apartment tonight.
There's a nice consolation prize. Hey, we want to salute Jumer's Casino and Hotel, Rock Island, which is the sponsor of the purse for this year's Grand Prix. It offers unlimited gaming fun featuring hundreds of hot and exciting slots, as well as exciting table games. Visit the casino tonight and see why it's just like Vegas without the flight. eKartingNews.com is the official online provider for the Grand Prix. Follow Dave Cole and eKartingNews.com for their timely reports online today, and visit the site for the latest news and discussion regarding the sport of kart racing. And we want to remind race fans to please stay back from the fence at all times while the races are being run. Please do not sit close to the fencing during the races. Keeping back from the fence will help make this a safe and fun weekend for everybody. 61 Cartway in Delmar, Iowa is the track where all of the local karters race. To find out more about the sport, how to get involved in local racing or private events, visit their booth today on 18th Street, or you can visit them at 61cartway.com. Coming up next, we have the King of the Streets heat race. We have got 10 ready to go in this one. Pole position, Robert Buduso out of Canfield, Ohio. Austin Wilkins in second. Landon Wilkins will be in third. Devin Smith Harden fourth. Andrew Buduso in fifth. Chase Jones sixth. Skitchy Barnes in seventh. Joe Rutch in eighth. Reyes Liberante back for more. He is in ninth position, and in 10th will be Nathan Williams out of Goshen, Indiana. That'll be the King of the Streets heat race. Again, they're all 10-lap races, and we are delighted that you are down here in the district with us on this Labor Day weekend 2021. The Gas and Electric Credit Union wants to welcome racers and race fans to Rock Island. If you need a convenient ATM service, they have one. They have an office on 4th Avenue just east of the track, and you can call them for all of your money management needs. That is the Gas and Electric Credit Union. Our 10 racers are getting ready to get rolling. In this King of the Streets race.
This is the exciting one right here. Jay, here we go. Standing start. And it's green, green, green. Here we go. Look at the acceleration of those guys. Robert Bujoso gets the jump. Couldn't see who leads. They were going so fast I couldn't tell who was in the lead there.
That was quite the start. That was quite the start to this one. These guys are flying.
Yeah, Austin Wilkins, former King of the Streets winner, course record holder in 2016. His record still stands and probably will still stand at the end of this year. We'll have to see. He's in second, followed by Devin Smith Harden, Andrew Bujoso. Here they come around here. It's going to be Robert Bujoso, Devin Smith Harden, Austin Wilkins, Andrew Bujoso, Skitchy Barnes, Joe Rutch, Chase Jones, Landon Wilkins, Race Liberante, and Nathan Williams.
And that lap time for Robert Bujoso is 34.790. That is getting it done.
That's faster on their first lap than the fastest lap of the Ignite class, of the regular 206 class. These guys are flying.
Devin Smith Harden has taken the lead 2 laps through. And his best time, 33.329. Andrew Bujoso in second, followed by Robert Bujoso in third.
Bermuda's finest, Skitchy Barnes in fourth, Austin Wilkins fifth, Joe Rutch sixth, Chase Jones seventh, Race Liberante eighth, Landon Wilkins ninth.
Andrew Bujoso, car 127, is opening up the gap in first. He's got a .605 advantage over Devin Smith Harden, 3 laps through.
Track record here is 31.084, and they're at a 32.206, so they're a little bit over a little bit over a second off the course record set by Austin Wilkins in 2016. He was flying that year.
What was it, 31 you said?
31.0.
That last one was 32.206.
Man, you could just see the guys working the wheel through turn 6 here. Andrew Bujoso looks the best out of all of them. His car's just flowing so smooth through there. Other guys are bouncing up and down. It looks like they may just be a little bit too stiff on the axle, too much caster maybe. Not sure what the adjustments are that they're doing on there, but Andrew Bujoso has hit it right.
Halfway through, he's in great shape.
Almost hits the lap cart there. Lap cart was in the way, but he gets around it just fine.
Seemed a little And Andrew Bujoso continues to dominate this race. He has now extended his lead over 2 seconds over Devin Smith Harden and Skitchy Barnes in third. And his best time now, 31.965.
Still a fair ways off that track record, but he is blazing the trail compared to everybody else in the field. 2 to go.
Boy, he is the only one that made the corner. His lead is now over 3 seconds, 3.293. Bujdoso over Sketchy Barnes in second, Devin Smith Harden third. 8 laps complete.
Oh, looks like we have an issue with Race Liberante, our defending King of the Streets champion. Looks like we have an issue on track with Race Liberante, our defending King of the Streets champion. He is down 1 lap. Looks like an incident on track with 1 lap to go. Andrew Bujoso leads. Skitchy Barnes has moved his way up to second. Devin Smith Harden in third. Joe Rutch fourth. Austin Wilkins fifth.
Well, Kart 127 is absolutely getting it done in this one. And there it is. He wins by 5.592. Skitchy Barnes in second. Joe Rutch in third. Devin Smith Harden fourth. Austin Wilkins comes in fifth. Chase Jones in sixth. Landon Wilkins seventh. Robert Bajoso, Nathan Williams, Race Liberante round things up. But of course, as you said, Race Liberante, some issue there.
Yeah, disappointing to see our King of the Streets champion, our returning champion, struggling there, our defending champion. It's just unfortunate there. It looks like with about on lap 6, he was had an issue, possibly going off track, hitting a barrier or something. Not sure there, but he'll be back tomorrow with a chance at redemption. We'll see if he can do something from P10. But it looks like Andrew Bujoso it was a class of the field type of performance there with that 5.5 second gap between first and second.
A man out of Girard, Ohio. Very, very impressive race for him. We've got the Briggs and Stratton 206. The Heavy 2 coming up and sponsored by Sure Power Racing and Modern Woodman Financial. Joseph W. Sure Financial Representative. And O'Reilly Auto Parts. We're going to have, how about 21 racers coming up in this one? You're going to have a full house out here. Carter's tracking down an interview.
All right, Jay, I'm down here on the grid with Joseph Rapp of Bettendorf, Iowa. Joseph, you're running the 206 Heavy 1, 206 Heavy 2, several 206. You said you were in 5 classes this weekend, right?
Yeah, I'm running 5 classes, so that's the most I've ever done here. But I know there's a lot of guys running more than I am. So,
yeah, you got the likes of Tony Nielsen running 9. How's it feel to be back here at Rock Island after the year hiatus? Last year the races were canceled. This year we're back. How does it feel to be back?
I'm super excited to be back. I mean, there's nothing like racing down here. It's fast, it's fun, and a lot of good competition. So I'm excited to be back.
Yep, and you're on a new chassis, new to you anyway. You're on the new Margay Brava chassis. What do you think of it? What do you like about it? What do you want to work on? How does it feel this weekend?
It feels pretty good. It's handling the bumps well. Just need to be a little bit more aggressive, I think. The driver needs to do a little bit more work. The chassis is fine.
Got to work on that open space behind the steering wheel, huh? Good luck to you, buddy. Back to you, Jay.
All right, thank you, Carter. And you were mentioning earlier about how the bumps and bouncing certainly not what you're looking for when you're out there. Wheels on the ground is what you're ideally looking at.
Absolutely. Like when you're going around here, it's a bumpy surface. It's not a purpose-built racetrack, so it's going to have bumps here and there. That's the nature of a road, especially in Illinois, right? So you got to focus on just making sure that the cart's not bouncing up and down, because when you're bouncing up and down on the racing surface, you're not going forward. So the way you can minimize that, you can run softer axles. You can also run a harder axle depending on your chassis manufacturer. Some chassis are softer than others. So you just want to make sure that you adapt to the situation the best way that your chassis can do that, and just make sure that you're not bouncing up and down, just to keep the cart on the ground, keep the wheels going straight, and that's the fastest way around the track.
What are some of the dynamics you're looking for when you've got a list like this, up to 21 racers out here?
Really, when it comes to this, you just have to make sure to finish the race, especially in a situation like this. This is just a heat race. It sets your starting position for tomorrow. So the further up you can go, the better you're off, especially when you're starting up front for the final. But the first thing, before you can finish first, you must first finish. So you have to just make sure that to finish the race, and also just finish well. So the first thing I would do is just focus on putting myself in the right situation to be able to finish the race, and also just work with the right people and avoid the situations, and always give yourself out. So then, like if you see activity happening in front of you, you can dodge it, and you can make sure you can finish the race.
Well, here is our list of 21 racers coming up. Don Newman. Don Newman has the pole position. Then Michael Welsh, Tony Nielsen, Riley Scott, Jeff Dolian, Joseph Rapp, Jeff Scott, Drake Ostrom, my apologies, Gage Kemp, Jason Crane, Jerry Miller, Michael Dittmer, Ethan Dietrich, Justin Wisher, Jordan Henderson, Rich Hale, Troy Heimsoth, Jesse Klossy, Jeremiah Davis, Avery Scott, and Connor Lund.
That's one guy to watch right there. Starting 21st and last is Connor Lund. He just drew unlucky. He's going to be trying his hardest to make his way up to the front. We'll have to see how quickly he can do that. Other names to watch, Jesse Klossy. He did very well in the 206 Heavy 1. Joseph Rapp, Riley Scott, Tony Nielsen, obviously, Donnie Newman, Michael Welsh. Those top four are really good. Jeff Dolian. So the top five are all really good. Joseph Rapp. So I guess everybody in that top 10 is really high quality. So those are people to watch for. And then also just watch for everybody in this field. They're all high quality, and they're going to be a really good race ahead of you here. Less than 1 minute to go before race start. "30 seconds to go."
Carter, this will be a start, and here we go. The green flag is out, and we are off.
It looks like Michael Welsh is going to get there first. He's looking over at Don Newman, making sure he's going to give him room. It's going to be Don Newman leading the way through turn number 1, followed by Michael Welsh. They all played nice that time around. Didn't see any rubbing, no elbows out, nothing like that. And everybody got rolling clean.
Well, at least for the first 15 seconds.
Yeah, we'll have to see how the rest of these laps go here. You can hear him going through turn 4 right now. Heading over to turn 5, that really tight section there with the barriers sticking out. And now they're heading through turn 6. Let's see. It's going to be Donnie Newman, followed by Michael Welsh. In third place is going to be Jeff Scott, Tony Nielsen, Drake Ostrom, Michael Dittmer, Jeff Dolian, Gage Kemp, Jason Crane, Justin Wishart is your top 10.
And Don Newman's time, 46.150 for his opening lap.
Fast lap went to Jeff Scott there. Purple, he had a 45.8. 0.3 faster than Donnie Newman right there. Coming by again, it's going to be Donnie Newman, Michael Welsh, Jeff Scott, Tony Nielsen, Drake Ostrom, Michael Dittmer, Jeff Dolian, Gage Kemp, Jason Crane, Justin Wishard. That rounds your top 10. Gage Kemp with the fastest time around, purple, with a 39.2 compared to the 39.8 from Don Newman. The top 8 are separated by 1 second, Jay. That is nose to tail action right there.
That is a crowd at the top of the race. And we are just 2 laps in. This will be a great, entertaining 8 laps to go.
Here we go again. Michael Welsh, Jeff Scott. It looks like Jeff Scott's going to go on the inside to take over in turn number 1, and he does. Michael Welsh gives him the room. Tony Nielsen in 3rd, Donnie Newman in 4th, Drake Ostrom, Michael Dittmer, Jeff Dolian, Gage Kemp, Jason Crane, Justin Wishart is your top 10.
Rich Hale, the 98 kart, with the fastest lap time there of 2.905.
Great racing shaping up here, everybody. It is a tight top 5, tight top 8, actually, when you look at it. Here they come around again. They are all stacked up. Look at a line of all of them. Top 5, 6, 7, 8 karts right there. Michael Dittmer is about to join the party.
That is about as stacked up as I've seen.
That's the most stacked up we've been all day right there. It's shaping up to be a great race with Jeff Scott in the lead, Michael Welsh in 2nd, Tony Nielsen in 3rd, Donnie Newman in 4th, Drake Ostrom in 5th. Looks like next time by will be halfway. Here they go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Top 9 right there are all nose to tail. Michael Dittmer has officially joined the party. Welcome to it. So the top 10 are all nose to tail. Jeff Scott still leads. Michael Welsh 2nd. Tony Nielsen 3rd. Donnie Newman 4th. Drake Ostrom 5th.
Think they're going to stay in that position for how much longer?
Maybe 20 feet. I don't know. They're going to be fighting for the rest of this race here.
Well,
it's going to be
staying
great.
Stacked up. Are they going?
Oh yeah, they'll stay stacked up, but it's going to be fighting for positions left and right. You just look at it. Oh, Tony Nielsen pops. He's going to go for it. Tony Nielsen takes the lead going into turn number 1. He took the lead over Jeff Scott, who led last time by. Donnie Newman's going to be 3rd or 4th coming out of that. Drake Ostrom, you can't count him out. He has a lot of experience here. Jeff Dolian in 5th. Gage Kemp, the young gun, coming up to the top 6. Ethan Dietrich and Justin Wishart, 2 more young guns, fighting their way up, trying to get to that top 5. Tony Nielsen leads, followed by Donnie Newman. Donnie Newman's going to pop, though. He is on the inside of Tony Nielsen. It's going to be a freight train here. Donnie Newman goes inside of Tony Nielsen for first place, followed by Jeff Scott. Also sneaks in, so Tony Nielsen will drop to 3rd.
Definitely making some moves on our straightaway here, right at the...
Yeah, the draft is working really well for them. I'm really excited to see how this ends up. It looks like 2 laps to go this time by, Jay. There he is, Donnie Newman, followed by Jeff Scott, followed by Tony Nielsen. And then Drake Ostrom in 4th, Jeff Doley in 5th, Ethan Dietrich, Michael Dittmer, Gage Kemp, Justin Wishart, and Michael Welsh.
Don Newman's best lap was his 7th. We are 8 complete. Nine laps complete. Don Newman with the lead. Jeff Scott, 0.080 behind Tony Nielsen in 3rd, Drake Ostrom and Ethan Dietrich in 5th.
Last lap right here, Donnie Newman went very defensive down that front straight. He went down to the inside trying to block a pass from Jeff Scott. Jeff Scott just went and stayed all over his bumper, and then Donnie Newman saw that and went back to the outside for the entry of turn number 1. Let's see how they come around this time by.
And how about that? Jeff Scott with the victory. Jeff Scott gets it done as he takes first. Tony Nielsen second. Don Newman in third. Drake Ostrom fourth. Michael Dittmer fifth. Jeff Dolian sixth. Ethan Dietrich in seventh. Justin Wishard eighth. Gage Kemp in ninth. Avery Scott in 10th place. Carter, how'd you see that one wrap it up? Boy, what a finish.
Yeah, it was anybody's race right there. If you were in the top 10, it was your race to have a chance at winning. Jeff Scott, really good racecraft there. He was able to pull off the win with Tony Nielsen right behind him. Tony, one of the household names here at Rock Island. A lot of rocks to his name. Donnie Newman, third. Drake Ostrom, fourth. Those guys are really high quality. Dittmer was able to get his way up to fifth. A really great race for him. And then you can see those young guns, Ethan Dietrich, Justin Wishard, Gage Kemp in ninth. Those guys were making their way up as well. It was just a great race overall, and it was just a huge line of carts at one point. We saw like 10 carts in a line.
And as you said, the key is to finish and finish well, and that's the key for Saturday.
And it looked like there was no big issues there. I didn't hear a barrier hit at all, so it seemed like everybody was ready to finish the race, and everybody kept it clean. So it was a great race there.
I can't imagine you can hear anything anymore. We are getting ready for the vintage race.
Yeah, you say I can't hear anymore. Yeah. After the vintage, it might be the case.
We are going to have four racers in this vintage heat race. Nathan Hamilton with the pole position. Marty Weston from Washington, Illinois. Sean Welty out of Wisconsin. And Gene Lang from Kewanee, Illinois. So the vintage racers will be getting ready. That will be coming up next.
Jay, this will give you a glimpse into the start of karting back in the days of Duffy Livingston and Art Ingalls back in the 50s. Art Ingalls created his first kart, and from there to snowball Duffy Livingston, one of the founding members of the International Karting Federation, the IKF, really got karting started nationally here in the United States, and then eventually it grew internationally with the CIKFIA. Huge championships in Europe and all over the world now with the sport of karting, and it started here in the United States, over in California, thanks to Art Ingalls and Duffy Livingston. And these are the karts that they would have raced on back in the day in the 50s and 60s. It's really something to see and definitely something to hear.
Carter, why don't you tell us the story we just heard?
Well, we heard from our flagman here. He just saw a video that his dad had from 1988 in Hong Kong with a lot of karts that look like the ones that you're about to see now. It's just something spectacular, and it just gives us a quick glimpse into the past, and it's just really something to behold.
While we've got some time, I'll mention a few sponsors because they are terrific. And the Rock Island Grand Prix says a big thank you to one and all of these great sponsors. I have got pages of sponsors, so trying to certainly acknowledge all of them as many times as we can throughout the course of the day. WHBF TV, Channel 4, Quad City CW, and Fox 18 are proud to be the official TV stations of the Grand Prix. The entire news team welcomes the karting teams to Rock Island. Tune in tonight for the latest news on the races. And if you're starting to feel hungry or got a thirst that's building, well, then you can visit our great vendors located on the infield on 19th Street, on 3rd Avenue near U.S. Bank, and in the pits by the Argus Building. A great selection of food and drinks at reasonable prices. The best way to see the racers preparing their karts up close is in the pits. One-day pit passes are available for just $10 at pit entrances at 18th Street and 5th Avenue and 17th Street north of 4th Avenue and 19th Street across from the Rock Island Library. Children under age 17 must have a parent with them. And you can get your official Rock Island Grand Prix t-shirt for only $20. Check them out at the tent near the 4th Avenue crosswalk.
All right, I got you. Jordan Henderson. Jordan Henderson, please return your transponder. Transponder number 901. Jordan Henderson, please return your transponder.
And besides providing power for a number of today's racing carts, Briggs & Stratton also provides a wide variety of power options for the home and office. Please support this longtime sponsor of the Grand Prix next time you need dependable power. And if it's time to make a stop for a cold beer, well, Kavanaugh's Hilltop is offering a selection of beer at their beer stands that are located on 19th Avenue in the Grand Prix Marketplace and on 3rd Avenue by U.S. Bank.
You know, the craziest thing, Jay, is that some of these guys were like, you know what? There's only one engine usually on a cart. I need two of them. And I just think that's the craziest thing. Some of these guys, they have enough time to go fast with one engine, but they're still going to just put two on it. I just think that's the craziest thing.
And the green flag is out, and the vintage cars are off.
For some clarification, there are two vintage classes that we'll be running. This is the first one, the Vintage Open class. Open means you can run any engine you want, or engines, anything that's old enough to fall within the regulations. Next will be Vintage Mack and Yamaha, which will be Mack and Yamaha engines.
Carter, I've been told I'm vintage in the newsroom, so I'm not sure why I'm not out here racing.
The vintage definition only requires the cart to be vintage, not the driver. So we'll have to see if you qualify.
Another issue with my morning fog.
Nathan Hamilton with fast time there, 38.923 on a cart that's older than my dad. And he's running equivalent times to some of these 206 guys. So that's really impressive from Nathan Hamilton there.
I think this is the only time today I've seen you grab your ears.
Yeah, usually I'm used to some loud engines, like if I go to Davenport Speedway or go to any racetrack for that matter. But these things are just next level when it comes to the noise, especially those open engines from Nathan Hamilton up in the front there. I think they're open headers, really, if you look at them.
And we are halfway through. Nathan Hamilton continues to lead. He has got a lead over Sean Welty of 2.9. And Marty Weston, Greg Lang, third and fourth. But Nathan Hamilton getting the job done here halfway through.
Yeah, you could just see the acceleration coming off of 6. When he gets that cart pointed straight, you could just see a thing accelerate. It's really something you have to see to believe, really.
That's where we did a race down there in Palm Beach, wasn't it? At the Seven laps complete. Sean Welty in cruise control in this one. His last lap was his best time, 39.325. And the man from Wisconsin wheeling and dealing in this vintage heat race. Sean Welty with the victory. As the checkered flag comes out, and he had no issues at all.
Yeah, it looks like Nathan Hamilton did, though. He went out about 3 laps ago. Hate to see that with some of these vintage guys. They really come here because they love the sport so much. Hopefully he can get his issues righted and be ready for the races tomorrow.
Coming up next, the vintage Mack and Yamaha heat race is on the way. And we are going to have 14 drivers coming up in this one. And this will be a 10-lap race coming up. Pole position goes to Reginald Rousey from Quincy, Illinois. Kirk Gustafson out of Moline. And the 2-hole, Steve Welty out of Wisconsin. Tom Day from Galesburg in the 4th. Dave Fisher out of Milan in the 5th slot.
Can we open up the crosswalks, please? Can we get those open, please?
We've got folks walking. We're good. Dave Fisher in the 5th spot. Randy Duncalf in the 6th spot. Marty Weston 7th. Aaron Kruger In the 8th hole, Felicity Kruger. In the 9th, Richard Vandermaiden, JT Noble, Matt Arp, Stephen Wager, and Michael Day out of Galesburg. Round out your 14, Stephen Wager out of Kewanee. Matt Arp out of Davenport. So a whole slew of racers from the QCA coming up here in our next race.
Yeah, it's a great group of guys. Randy Duncalf is a board member with the Rock Island Grand Prix, and he really encourages these vintage guys to come on out and have some fun. And we can't thank Randy enough for all the volunteer work that he puts in as well. He gets all these vintage guys out there. It's a great community. You know, they show up and show out to every event that they're invited to. As you can see here, there's 14 entries, so that's great for them. And it just shows off the history of the sport, so it's really cool to see.
Carter, talk a little bit about the work that goes into it on these meetings. I'm sure it's a year-round process to keep this event as smooth as it is every year.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have several different board members between Roger Ruthart, Debbie Duffy, Becky, Joe Rapp, Randy Duncalf, Tyler Schur. I'll definitely forget people. I'm on the board. You know, I go to the meetings, but I'll definitely forget some people's name. Ken Rapp. All these people, they do a meeting monthly, and Skitchy Barnes even shows up to the meeting sometimes to give advice and just give his input on things. Joe Janowski, Christian, all these guys come to meetings every month, whether virtually or in person. A lot of the meetings last year were virtually because of COVID. So, but it's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, even just outside of those meetings, between getting sponsorship, getting details sorted out of like golf carts, track building materials, things like that. So it's just been a great experience just to get to know these guys and see their love of the sport and all the volunteer hours that they put in just to get this event running.
And job well done by all, no question about it. Quick reminder that Holiday Inn Rock Island is the official race headquarters of the Rock Island Grand Prix. Contact them for rooms for business or pleasure, or visit Rock Island Ale House for lunch and dinner 7 days a week. And the Quad City Camaro Club and the Quad Cities Tesla Club are holding a car show Sunday. That'll be tomorrow on 18th Street. Be sure to check out the cars and meet their owners. Ace lap and rolling start on the way as our 14 racers are getting ready to go in this, the Mack and Yamaha heat race.
This is one of those classes where you will love the sound and love the smell. The exhaust out of these two-stroke engines just smells fantastic when they go down these roads here, and they sound just as fantastic too. Sounds like they're going through turn 4 right now, turn 5, getting lined up, ready for a rolling start.
And here they come, and we have got the green flag, and off they go. All smooth out of the gate here, and this race is on. That was quite the sound and smell.
Absolutely. And they were going 3 wide straight away, so we'll have to see who comes around this time. Hopefully they all do.
And the smell lingers in the trailer, so we have the bonus spot here.
Absolutely. That wind really helps.
Kirk Gustafson leading the way. Tom Day second. Reginald Rousey, Marty Weston, JT Noble, Steve Welty, Matt Arp, Aaron Kruger in 8th, Dave Fisher 9th, Randy Duncalf 10th, Stephen Wager, Michael Day, Felicity Kruger, your top 13. Kurt Gustafson continues to lead 2 laps in. Tom Day, Marty Weston, your top 3. Gustafson's best time, 42.278. That was on lap 2. Steve Welty had the fastest lap at 41.381. He is in 4th. Four laps complete. Tom Day has the lead. Kirk Gustafson in 2nd. Steve Welty 3rd. Marty Weston 4th. Dave Fisher in 5th. And Carter, give us the dynamics about racing in these karts.
These karts are quite a bit different from your normal modern day karts. You'll notice that the drivers going through the corners are leaning to the inside quite a bit, and that's to avoid the kart going up on 2 wheels. They were so narrow back in the day that they would go up on 2 wheels very easily, so that's why you see them leaning in the inside just to keep weight on it. So if you ever notice that, that's the exact reason why.
Halfway through, Tom Day with the lead is in kart 113. Number 8, Steve Welty in 2nd. 21, Kirk Gustafson in 3rd. 14, Dave Fisher 4th. 4 is Marty Weston in 5th. Tom Day, last lap, 42.5, who leads the way at this moment. Steve Welty with the lead, 6 laps complete out of Wisconsin. Then you got Tom Day from Galesburg in 2nd, Kirk Gustafson from Moline in 3rd, and Dave Fisher from Milan in 4th. But Steve Welty, the 8 kart, is leading the way through 6 laps. Welty's lead is now over 2 seconds over Tom Day and 3.8 over Dave Fisher in 3rd. Eight laps complete. Steve Welty still with the lead over Tom Day and Dave Fisher. Marty Weston, JT Noble, your top 5. And Steve Welty has just completed his 9th lap. He continues to have a sizable lead on Dave Fisher, who's now in second, 2.66 back of Steve Welty, who's leading the way. Tom Day in third, Marty West in fourth, JT Noble in fifth. And the checkered flag is out, and Steve Welty with the win. Dave Fisher comes in second, Tom Day third, Marty Weston in fourth, and Matt Arp out of Davenport in fifth. Michael Day from Galesburg comes in sixth. Reginald Rousey out of Quincy comes in seventh. Aaron Kruger, eighth. Randy Duncalf in ninth. Stephen Wager in 10th. There's your top 10. Steve Welty, your winner in the Mack and Yamaha Vintage Race. At the King of the Rock 206 on the way. This will be a big one on the way. 20 racers in all. And Carter is tracking down an interview for us in just a matter of moments. Happy Saturday, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. We are glad you're here at the Extreme Rock Island Grand Prix. I'm Jay Kidwell from Local 4 and Fox 18. Carter Pease is with me as well. He has been a racer here 2015 to 2019, and he knows the lay of the land without a doubt. And we are glad you're here. Hope you're having a great day. And we hope you'll remember our great sponsors who have done so much to make this event such a good one.
All right, Jay, I got Chase Jones here from Indianapolis, Indiana. Chase, I believe this is the first time back since 2014, if I remember right.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've been back. This is one race that I've been wanting to do for a while now. Just haven't been able to due to some sprint car stuff like that. But yeah, super happy to be back. I've got a lot of great people with me this weekend. We're running six classes, so none of this would be possible without MPG Motorsports. Billy Vincent, my dad Keith Jones, Elaine Jones, Kate Vincent, Austin Fairfield. So yeah, we've had a good start of the day, so we'll see if we can keep the momentum going.
Yeah, I was about to say you have really good momentum so far. You've had really great results in these first few races, finishing top 5 multiple times. What is it about this race that made you want to come back in 2021?
Man, there's a lot of history to it, and it's just classic street racing, and there's nothing like it, and the environment's awesome. When I came here in 2010, I believe, when I won Leopard Junior, I really enjoyed it, and I'm just super happy to be back.
Well, good luck to you, buddy. Thank you. Back to you, Jake.
Carter, your fan club's got you, man. You got to go sign some more autographs. Well, we do have ourselves a lineup here indeed for the Rock, this big-time King of the Rock 206 race. Chase Jones out of Indianapolis. He has got the pole position. Then you got Justin Wishard, Tony Nielsen, Gage Rucker, Drake Ostrom, Joseph Rapp, Derek Cutshaw. At 8th spot is Jerry Miller. Jesse Clossy, 9th. 10th is Jason Crane. Jeff Scott, 11. 12th is Rich Hale. 13th, Michael Dittmer. 14th, that's my man, Matt Payway. Nick Denny at 15. Jeff Dolian, 16. Gage Kemp, 17. At 18th is Riley Scott. 19th, Race Liberante. 20th, Jeremiah Davis. Ethan Dietrich, 21st. Skitchy Barnes, 22nd. Avery Scott, 23rd. Michael Welsh, 24th. And Connor Lund, 25. Carter, we've got ourselves a big-time race coming up.
Yeah, we do. We have really fast guys up at the front. Chase Jones, Justin Wisher, Tony Nielsen, Gage Rucker, Drake Ostrom, Joseph Rapp, Jesse Clossy, Derek Cutshaw, Jason Crane, Rich Hale, Michael Dittmer. You can't forget about these guys at the back, too. Connor Lund, Skitchy Barnes, Michael Welch, Ethan Dietrich. A lot of great quality drivers in this class. It's a really even class with this 206 engine package. I expect another fantastic race of nose to tail running for the top 10, top 15 going to happen here, and it's going to be decided on the last lap once again.
Any strategy that you'd look to do in the early starts of this race?
As I said before, you can plan all you want, but it's not going to work out that way. If I were somebody like Justin Wishart or Chase Jones, I'd want to partner up with one or the other. They're both fast. Try to pull a gap maybe. But when you have guys like Tony Nielsen, Drake Ostrom, and those guys, Jesse Clossy, you're going to have a hard time pulling away from these fast guys. So it's going to be nose to tail racing. So what you got to do is you just got to run a clean race. Just try to get to the end of the race, and hopefully you can get in that top 5. And then just save up your equipment for tomorrow.
It will be fascinating to see how this unfolds, and it will very shortly from now.
About a minute and a half from now.
How's that for timing?
Jay, I'm noticing something right now. The wind is starting to pick up, a tailwind heading down into turn number 1. That's going to mean less of a draft heading into 1, and you're going to have more speed heading down there as well, so they might have to adjust their driving a little bit. Anyways, we have 1 minute left. 1 minute left before the race starts. This is going to be one of the biggest classes of the weekend, and it's going to be a rumble of those 4-stroke 206 engines. It's going to be something to feel, something to hear, and something to see. "30 seconds. Visors are going down. Heart rates are going up. Get ready for some Rumble at the Rock action." It's green, green, green. Underway. Justin Wishart gets a great run. Tony Nielsen and Chase Jones make a little bit of contact, knock that momentum out. It's going to be Justin Wishart leading down to turn number 1. 3 wide, 4 wide, and they all make it through clean. Some slight contact, but they're through.
That is a C.
It is. Heading through turn number 4, you can hear them. They're going to turn number 5. Heading through 6, it's going to be Justin Wishart, followed by Chase Jones, followed by Gage Rucker, Drake Ostrom, Tony Nielsen, Jason Crane, Jerry Miller, Jesse Clossy, Derek Cutshaw, Skitchy Barnes rounds out your top 10. Chase Jones leads coming out of turn 6, followed by Drake Ostrom, Tony Nielsen, Justin Wisher, Gage Rucker, rounding out your top 5. Quite a bit of a gap pulling out for Chase Jones, 39.767 that last time by. Drake Ostrom with a 40.086. Tony Nielsen with a 40.175. Justin Wisher with a 41.1. Justin Wisher dropping from 2nd to 4th that last lap. Then it's Gage Rucker rounding out your top 5. Big mover of the race, Skitchy Barnes started 22nd. He is up to 9th place right now. Chase Jones still leads Tony Nielsen 2nd. Justin Wisher 3rd. They're trying to chase down Chase Jones. It looks like he's pulling a slight gap here. We're 3 wide heading into turn number 1.
Chase Jones with the lead on Tony Nielsen of 1.2. Justin Wishard 1.3 back. Drake Ostrom in 4th, 1.9 back.
Chase Jones with fast lap right there, 38.905. Tony Nielsen, 38.945, just 400 slower that last lap around. That's very small gaps, very small margins. Chase Jones leading for lap number 3. Followed by Tony Nielsen, Justin Wishard, Drake Ostrom, Gage Rucker, rounding out your top 5. Gage Rucker goes fastest that time around, 38.553. Tony Nielsen, 38.690. Chase Jones, 38.9. Tony Nielsen cutting it down to less than 1 second between 1st and 2nd place.
How far back do you give folks here a shot at it? How far down?
I'd say probably about 10th.
I don't know. The gap's spreading out quite a bit. Chase Jones continues to lead halfway through. Tony Nielsen in 2nd. Justin Wishart 3rd. Drake Ostrom 4th. Rich Hale 5th. And Drake Ostrom with the fastest lap there, 38.26.
Tony Nielsen and Chase Jones separated by 200ths of a second, fast lap to fast lap that time around. Chase Jones still leading by right around a second, maintaining that gap. Here he comes around again. Tony Nielsen and Justin Wishart are gaining on Chase Jones now. Chase down to 0.6 of a second. Chase Jones leads. Justin Wishart in 3rd. Tony Nielsen 2nd. Drake Ostrom, Rich Hale, Gage Kemp, Matt Payway, Jeff Dolian, Jesse Clossy, Skitchy Barnes rounding out the top 10. Skitchy starting in 22nd, making his way up to 10th.
And that's just what you were talking about earlier today. You're going to start down low. You make that improvement up to 10th. That's the name of the game.
Absolutely, and he'll get those passing points, so hopefully he can start up probably 7th for tomorrow. We'll see. We'll just see how all those passing points work out. We'll have to see. The gap is closing. Chase Jones just ahead of Tony Nielsen and Justin Wishart. They are nose to tail now. Tony Nielsen pops, going to the inside, takes the lead over Chase Jones. Justin Wishart doesn't follow. He will stay in 3rd.
Chase Jones still leads 7 laps through. Tony Nielsen and Justin Wishart, as you were mentioning, Carter. And Justin Wishart with the best lap there, 37.97 on the 7th lap.
Tony Nielsen took the lead going into 1. We'll have to see if he can hold it all the way around this lap and see what Chase Jones has to say about it. It is Tony Nielsen, but Chase Jones coming to the inside straight away. Tony looks over at him. They are side by side heading over to turn number 1, and Chase Jones takes it. Chase Jones takes the lead.
Eight laps complete. We got the frantic finish coming up.
Yeah, 2 laps to go that time by. Next time by will be 1 lap to go. Exciting stuff looming here with Chase Jones leading into turn number 1 that time. Let's see how it comes out here. Tony Nielsen leads with Justin Wishart in second. Chase Jones right on him in third. Justin Wishart stays glued to Tony Nielsen's bumper as they go into turn number 1. 1 lap to go. One lap to go here. They're about to come around to turn number 6. We will see who leads coming around. It is going to be Tony Nielsen, followed by Chase Jones and Justin Wishart with Drake Ostrom in 4th. Look at Skitchy Barnes. He made his way up to 5th in those last few laps. Matt Payway 6th, Gage Kemp 7th, Rich Hale 8th, Jesse Clossy 9th, Michael Dittmer 10th. Shout out to Skitchy Barnes, the big mover, 20th to 5th in that race. Wow. 15 spots. Yeah.
So, Carter, give us some perspective moving up 15 spots from 20th to 5th.
That's a lot of work done by Skitchy. He probably got a great start there. I didn't pay attention to how he did. I was too busy looking at the front of the pack. But if he got 4 or 5 of those guys out of the way and it just picked off one guy a lap, that's 15 right there, you know? So it's really impressive that Skitchy was able to do that. And yeah, he's no stranger to it. He's done it all day.
The Open Shifter Masters race is coming up next. And a reminder that the Grand Prix tonight is partnering with Billy Bob's Redneck Party Bar on 2nd Avenue for an end of summer blowout featuring Scott Dubose and the 101 Ranch Party Band from Chicago. Open to those 21 and over with a $5 cover charge, and the entertainment starts at 8 o'clock at Billy Bob's Redneck Party Bar on 2nd Avenue, the end of summer blowout.
While we wait for the the track cleanup to finish up, let's go over the Open Shifter Masters starting lineup. On pole position, cart number 5, Kevin Risk, starting in second place, number 66, Race Liberante. In P3, number 53, Joe Rutch. In P4, number 32, Robert Bugidoso. In P5, cart number 26, Landon Wilkins. In P6, cart number 46, Devin Smith Harden. In P7, cart number 495, Nathan Williams. In P8, cart number 56, Chase Jones. In P9, cart number 127, Andrew Bugidoso. In P10, cart number 9, Skitchy Barnes. In P11, cart number 22, Austin Wilkins. And in P12, cart number 88, Riley Scott. And that is your Open Shifter Masters lineup. It'll be a standing start for those guys. They'll do one pace lap, get their tires warm, and then line up on the front stretch here, F1 grid style. And then it'll be lights out and away we go. As they start their warm-up lap, get ready for a great show here. These are the fastest karts outside of King of the Streets. A lot of these guys are also racing in King of the Streets, so they'll be just as fast. Again, this is Open Shifter and Shifter Masters. One more pace lap around for them all. Drivers you should watch for include Race Liberante. He's starting P2, defending King of the Streets champion from 2019. Also, keep your eye on Andrew Bugidoso starting in 9th. He won the King of the Streets heat today, and he was on rails, ready to go. Let's see if he can repeat that performance this race here. Austin Wilkins is another one to watch for, starting P11. He's our track course record holder. Skitchy Barnes as well. Chase Jones, Devin Smith Harden. All these guys are really great quality. Let's see what they can do. Here they go, getting lined up by Jason Burgess. Don't blink because you might miss it. They're getting lined up, ready to go. One more to get lined up. Green flag at the back of the grid. They're ready to go. Visors down, heart rate's up. And it's green, green, green. Here we go. Underway, Race Liberante gets the jump. He will lead into turn number 1. A great start by Race Liberante as he leads into turn number 1. A little bit of a sputter for Kevin Risk. He got his kart going, though. Let's see if he can recover from that start.
I know.
Coming around turn number 6, it's going to be Race Liberante in P1, followed by Chase Jones, P2, Devin Smith Harden, P3, Skitchy Barnes, P4, Andrew Buccidoso already up to P5. What a great start by him. Joe Rutch, P6, Austin Wilkins, P7, Landon Wilkins, 8th, Riley Scott, 9th, Kevin Risk, 10th. Race Liberante leads lap number 2. Chase Jones second, Devin Smith Harden third, Skitchy Barnes all over him in 4th. Skitchy Barnes is about to get third, possibly from Devin Smith Harden. We'll see what he can do.
How about Race Liberante, the time of 32.295, getting it done, and that's got him in first.
Yeah, very impressive by Race Liberante. He was able to open a gap by 1.1 seconds in those first 2 laps. Chase Jones also with a great start, already up to P2. Devin Smith Harden doing great up to P3. Man, Race Liberante is drifting through turn number 6 as he leads the way again.
Race Liberante, the lead by 1.39 over Chase Jones. Devin Smith Harden third, Skitchy Barnes fourth, Andrew Buccidoso in 5th.
Race Liberante is just drifting his cart through turn 6. It is something to watch. It is really crazy. And he's steadily building that gap. Let's see if he can keep on building it. Here he comes around turn 6 again.
He is cruising in this one.
Yeah, resets fast lap for Race Liberante, 32.1. 0.8 of a second faster than Chase Jones in P2. Race Liberante is already 2.2 seconds ahead of second place. He is rolling. Race Liberante still opening up that gap, 2.5 seconds now. Everything seems to have planed out at this point from 2nd to 5th, it looks like. Actually, Andrew Buccidoso is up to P4, dropping Skitchy Barnes down to P5. Devin Smith Harden remains in 3rd, only 0.2 ahead of Andrew Buccidoso, holding steady.
And Race Liberante continues to dominate. 6 laps complete. He has got a lead of 2.665 on Chase Jones in 2nd.
Andrew Buccidoso, what did I say? Watch out for him. He's up to P3 already with a 32.6 that time by. Fastest one on the track that time by. 0.2 faster than Race Liberante and 0.3 faster than Chase Jones. He might have a chance at 2nd here.
The lead is over 3 seconds now for Race Liberante through 7 laps.
You can just watch Andrew Buccidoso compared to Chase Jones. Chase Jones sliding through turn 6. Andrew Buccidoso is not sliding at all. He is getting excellent drive off that corner, and you can just see it in how much he is gaining that time. 2 to go this time by.
Race Liberante wheeling through the 8 laps, and the lead is 3.625.
Andrew Buccidoso takes 2nd place from Chase Jones. Skitchy Barnes following closely behind. So he is in 4th ahead of Devin Smith Harden in 5th. Austin Wilkins 6th. Joe Rutch 7th. Landon Wilkins 8th. Riley Scott 9th. Kevin Risk 10th. White flag this time by.
And Race Liberante's 9th lap, he did it in 32.68. Andrew Buccidoso, 32.28.
It looks like Skitchy Barnes was all over Chase Jones heading into turn number 1. He looks like he got him going into turn number 1. We'll have to see how the results turn around this time by. Checker flag next time by.
There he is. And there you go, Race Liberante with the win as he cruises to a victory. As he won by 2.48 over Andrew Bajdoso. Skitchy Barnes comes in third. Austin Wilkins fourth. Devin Smith Harden fifth. Joe Rutch in sixth. Chase Jones finished seventh. Landon Wilkins in eighth. Riley Scott in ninth.
On that last lap, Andrew Bujdoso sets fastest lap 32.088 compared to 32.1 for Race Liberante's fastest lap, but Race Liberante's fastest lap was on lap 4 compared to Andrew's being last lap. Andrew Bujdoso seemed to have the right setup there, pulling off that fast lap at the end. He had his tire pressures right. He had that chassis hooked up.
But Race Liberante, who knows a thing or two about winning around here, does it again.
There's two. Robbie's racing too. That was Robbie. That was a lap down.
That. Yep. All right. Okay. Who blew their engine there? Robbie?
Robbie did. That's why he was breaking it in. He was breaking it in.
That's what I wondered. Okay. Yeah, just stop there. Two of them, not confusing.
Final results from that race. Race Liberante in first, Andrew Bujdoso in second, Skitchy Barnes third, Austin Wilkins fourth, Devin Smith Harden fifth, Joe Rutch sixth, Chase Jones seventh. And right as I was reading that off, it switched up on the computer screen.
Carter Race, though, took care of things, though. He held that lead and did not blink at all in that one.
Yeah, I saw him looking back a couple times, and when he saw that gap, he probably just relaxed a little bit. He probably could have gone even faster, but why do that in a heat race when you have the final tomorrow? Save your equipment. So, anyways, up next is Briggs 206 Medium. All right, Jay, I got another first timer here at the Rock on the Grid. We have Charlie Moore, Charlie out of Davenport, Iowa, in the number 99 Briggs cart here, the Praga chassis. Charlie, for your first time here, how's it feel for you?
It's a pretty awesome track here, just getting to feel the speed and how rough it is compared to a normal racetrack. I mean, it's a whole different experience from a paved track.
Yeah, so when you were going down here for your first time for that first practice session, how did it feel going down that front straightaway just to see the city streets and see the buildings going by? How'd that feel?
It felt pretty crazy doing that. I mean, we were going down and I didn't really even have the line figured out. I was catching a little bit of air, I think, in the two-cycle cart.
Yeah, it sounds like a ton of fun. So is there anything that you've learned here that really caught you off guard, or how's it been going for you?
Really just learning to give up a spot if somebody's next to you and not lay it all out on the line, because if you get one of them barriers, they're going to eat you up.
Absolutely. Good luck out there, buddy. Back to you, Jake.
All right. Thank you very much, Carter. Appreciate that. And good luck to Charlie as he gets ready to go. Avery Scott has your pole position as we get ready for this Briggs 206 medium race. Charlie Moore in the 2-hole, Riley Scott 3, Gage Kemp 4th, Tony Nielsen 5th, Mick Gabriel 6th, Jet Eben at 7th, Ashton Wheeler out of Donahue, Iowa in 8th, Matt Payway is in 9th, Joseph Rapp 10th, Justin Wishart in 11th, Trevor Eggmeyer 12th, Gage Rucker 13th, Shane Sullivan 14th, Jeff Scott 15, and Casey Jacobs out of Kelowna in 16.
Speaking of Casey Jacobs, today is his birthday today. Happy birthday to Casey Jacobs, celebrating 21 years. He's going out tonight. Yeah, he is.
By the way,
Oh, they're way over there.
We are getting ready for another terrific race. Briggs 206 medium getting ready to get rolling through the streets of Rock Island. One minute to go until we get this one rolling. We've got everybody out here ready to race through Rock Island. $30, and they will be coming your way through the district. And there's the green flag, and this race is on. Some maneuvering here as they just got going.
Avery Scott leads into turn number 1, followed by Charlie Moore. They were 4 wide in the back. Rolling through turn 4 and turn 5, you can hear them. Here they come around to turn number 6. Let's see who leads. It's going to be Gage Kemp, followed by Mick Gabriel, followed by Charlie Moore, Ashton Wheeler, Joseph Rapp, Avery Scott, Trevor Eggmeyer, Riley Scott, Justin Wishard, and Casey Jacobs rounding out your top 10.
McGabriel, best time on that opening lap, 44.97, as they're just getting going here on that opening lap.
I was watching him in practice today, Jay, and he looked really smooth. His kart was gliding over the bumps on the track, and he looked like he had a ton of pace. Coming around for lap number 2, Mick Gabriel leads, followed by Gage Kemp, Charlie Moore, Joseph Rapp in 4th, Avery Scott in 5th, Ashton Wheeler 6th, Trevor Eggmeyer 7th, Casey Jacobs 8th, Justin Wisher 9th, 10th is Jeff Scott.
Gabriel's lead over Gage Kemp is at 0.15. Mick Gabriel, best time, best lap, 39.20. Gabriel still leads the way through 3 laps. Gage Kemp in 2nd, Charlie Moore 3rd, Joseph Rapp 4th, Avery Scott in 5th.
Trevor Eggmeyer 6th, Ashton Wheeler 7th, Casey Jacobs 8th, Justin Wisher 9th, setting fast lap of the race right there with a 38.55. Jeff Scott rounding out your top 10.
Four laps complete. Mick Gabriel continues to lead the way. Lead over Gage Kemp and Charlie Moore.
Gabriel's heading fastest lap of the race right there, 2/10 faster than Gage Kemp, pulling out a slight gap. We'll see if Gage Kemp can draft back up to him. Charlie Moore 3rd, Joseph Rapp with a great result for him, getting up to 4th place. Avery Scott rounding out your top 5.
Halfway through, Mick Gabriel continues to lead the way. Gage Kemp in 2nd, 0.50 behind Gabriel. Charlie Moore, Avery Scott, Joseph Rapp, your top 5.
Mick Gabriel's pulling a little bit of a gap there, half a second over Gage Kemp at the line. We'll have to see if Gage Kemp can reel him back in.
Doesn't look like it. Mick Gabriel continues to just get it done here. Comes flying by here. 6 laps complete. It's now got a lead over Gage Kemp of 1.36.
Matt Payway with the fastest time of the race, that time around 38.09 compared to Mick Gabriel's 38.11. Really even amongst the field here.
All good for Mick Gabriel. The lead is now over 2 seconds on Gage Kemp. Kemp is 2.08 behind Gabriel. Charlie Moore 3.19 behind Gabriel in 3rd. Avery Scott, Joseph Rapp 4 and 5.
There's a close battle for 4th and 5th right there. Joseph Rapp less than or just over a 10th off Avery Scott. They're just drafting her. We'll see what he can do with it if he wants to do anything there.
Let's go.
Mick Gabriel continues to shine. 8 laps through, the lead is 2.93 on Gage Kemp. Charlie Moore, Avery Scott, Justin Wisher, Casey Jacobs with the fast time there, 37.97 in 6th.
Mick Gabriel pulled 0.8 of a second on Gage Kemp that last lap alone. Charlie Moore is starting to gain on Gage Kemp a little bit. Maybe his tire pressure is just a little bit too high. We'll have to see how it turns out with this last lap. Mick Gabriel leads with 1 lap to go. Charlie Moore look to the inside of Gage Kemp. He gets it in turn one. Gage Kemp looks like he wanted to do the over-under, though. We'll see how it turns out when they come back around. Big mover here for Casey Jacobs, all the way from last place up to fifth. Big mover for him. Great to see. Looks like an issue on track for Joseph Rapp. He is down 2 laps now. Unfortunate for him. And it comes around for the checkered flag, though. Mick Gabriel wins. Going in for second place is going to be Gage Kemp, followed by Charlie Moore, Justin Wishart, Casey Jacobs, Tony Nielsen, Matt Payway, Ashton Wheeler, Avery Scott, and Riley Scott, rounding out your top 10.
And Mick Gabriel wins by 5.7 over Gage Kemp and 6.2 over Charlie Moore. What a race by Mick Gabriel.
He was looking fast in practice. You could just see coming out of turn 6, his kart was just gliding over those bumps. And you could just tell by the line that some drivers take, when you're driving out to the outside of the track versus sliding out to the outside of the track. You could just tell he's getting a lot of drive off that corner. His kart was handling, and it was on rails. We'll have to see if anybody has an answer for him tomorrow when it comes to the final.
That was impressive. Mick Gabriel, Gage Kemp, Charlie Moore, your top 3. Justin Wishart, Casey Jacobs, Tony Nielsen, 4, 5, and 6. Matt Payway, Ashton Wheeler, Avery Scott, Riley Scott, rounding out your top 10. Gage Rucker, Jeff Scott, Shane Sullivan, and Jeff Eben in 14th. Trevor Eggmeyer, 15th, as we wrap up the Briggs 206 medium. The 100cc Senior is our next race that will be coming up, and we have got 15 drivers ready to go at it in this one. Carter, we'll look at the rundown here on this one, but any initial thoughts as we get ready for this race?
This is the first year for the 100cc senior class with the implementation of the KA100 engine. The Yamaha KT100 kind of went obsolete on us. Sad to say, because that was a class that I raced a lot and loved a lot. But, things move on in the karting world really fast. But yeah, but you still see Yamaha out there with the tuned pipe. So instead of the super can that we saw in the past, it is a tuned pipe instead. But with a lot of KAs out there, we'll have to see which one stacks up better. The KA100 engine made by Italian American Motor Engineering, otherwise known as IAME, based out of Italy. Great quality engine, spec, really hard to tamper with the rules there. They made it really tight on the regulations and the engine sealing and everything there. So it's become a really competitive and really popular class across the United States, and we're seeing a debut of it here.
And Jerome Petke will have the pole position as we get ready for this one. Andrew Braun, Nathan Bruns, Riley Scott, Matt Graham. And then in the 6th spot, Josh Fisher, Dylan Sullivan, 7th, Race Labronte in 8th, Travis Porter in 9th from Rock Island. So Travis knows all about these streets. Landon Wilkins from Texas in 10th. Tim Gotch in 11th. Tim Getch in 11th. Austin Wilkins in 12th. Chase Jones, 13th. Bill Vorpagel is in 14th spot, and Charlie Moore in 15th position.
One thing that's to take into account here, Jay, is with a new class coming to Rock Island, there is a lot of unknown variables. For example, the gear ratio that you run. So on every engine, there's a gear on the front that drives to the rear axle of the kart. When you go to a new track with a new engine, sometimes it's hard to find that optimal gear ratio. So we'll have to see if these guys are able to figure it out in practice. what I would expect is probably just a little bit less than like what they would run at like a Newcastle and Indiana spec. It'd probably be a little bit less than that because this is a really, really fast track compared to Newcastle, but Newcastle has the long straightaways. So that's probably what they'll compare it to. So yeah, we'll have to see who was able to get it tuned up quickest first, especially with this new class, and it's going to be really exciting to see who's did it, who done it.
We will see in a matter of moments.
Wait on Riley. He just came off track. He had to go scale. He's in the next lap. So, I think he's running 8 straight. Oh, he's going? Yeah. He's looking pretty beat up. Race is pretty beat up. Sketsy's looking tired. Everything but 2 laps. Yeah. Should have did them all. Everything but King of the Streets and Vintage. We'll get him a vintage cart. Riley's in everything but the one master. We can probably find a vintage cart for you. I have one. You owe everyone a beer now. Close it down.
Carter, that horn did not get you. You were well prepared.
I heard close it down. I knew instantly to plug the ears, so I was ready for it.
And we've got a whole lot of great sponsors, and MediaCom is proud to partner with the local racing scene since both MediaCom embraces a need for speed with MediaCom, offering super fast speeds up to 1 gig. See them for your TV, internet, and telephone service needs. Order Extreme today. And we're getting ready for speed.
1 minute to go here before race time. One benefit of these IMEK 100 engines is they have an onboard starter, so you don't need an external starter to start them up. It's just the driver there. He'll hit a button and start it up and get it revved up and ready to go. They're all fired up and ready to go. Less than 1 minute to go. "30 seconds, visors down." Green, green, green. As they roll down to turn number 1, we'll see who gets there first. It looks like Jerome Petke made it first to turn number 1. We'll see if he can hold it all the way around lap 1.
There's nothing quite like the start of the races. I mean, it's great right here at the starting line, start-finish line.
Yeah, these split Le Mans style starts, they just really get the heart going, and they really just bring on a great show heading to turn 1. Coming around to turn number 1, it is Andrew Braun, followed by Riley Scott, but it looks like Riley Scott's going to overtake going into turn number 1.
Andrew Braun, Riley Scott, 0.05 separation through that opening lap.
Riley Scott was right on him. I think he overtook him going into turn number 1. We'll have to see if he's leading this time around. Yes, he is. Riley Scott, P1. Andrew Braun, P2. And a crash on turn 6. Well, I can't identify who that is yet. Corner workers heading to the corner right away to get the cart off the track. E-Karting News is managing editor David Cole coming in to help out. And they're all over the wall. Riley Scott leads, followed by Charlie Moore in second. Andrew Braun third. Landon Wilkins fourth. Jerome Petke fifth. Incident all cleaned up at turn 6. Looks good to go.
They did that incredibly rapidly. That was efficiently done.
Yeah, the corner workers here are second to none. They take care of the incidents very quickly. It was great to see. Riley Scott still leads, but Charlie Moore is right on him, gaining half a second in that lap alone. By the end of this lap, he'll probably be right on his tail. That means the best lap wasn't set that time around. Okay. So you'll have to just look at halfway this time by.
And we are 5 laps complete. Riley Scott continues to lead. Charlie Moore and Landon Wilkins third. Chase Jones fourth. Andrew Braun fifth. Jerome Petke sixth. Austin Wilkins seventh. Bill Vorpagel in eighth. Josh Fisher in ninth. And Dylan Sullivan in 10th. And Riley Scott with a lead of 0.14 on Charlie Moore halfway through.
Charlie Moore was right on him at the end of that lap there, but Chase Jones with a 35.0 as the fastest lap, 0.8 faster than Riley Scott that time by. Charlie Moore looking to the inside at turn number 1 on Riley Scott, and he takes care of it. Riley Scott looks like he was going for that over-under. We'll have to see if Charlie Moore leads this time by.
Chase Jones, fast lap, 34.91.
He is flying compared to these guys in front of him. Yeah. Riley Scott still leads, followed by Charlie Moore. Chase Jones in third, right on top of them. Chase Jones has been gaining on him like gangbusters. We'll see if he can take the lead here.
Yep, Scott Moore, Jones, all right there. 7 laps complete.
Two to go. Riley Scott leads with Chase Jones right on him. He looks to the inside. No, he doesn't take it. Charlie Moore third. Landon Wilkins fourth. 2 laps to go here. Next time by is the white flag. White flag this time by Chase Jones takes the lead. Charlie Moore second. Riley Scott third. Landon Wilkins fourth.
9 laps complete. Here we go. And the checkered flag is out, and Chase Jones with the victory. Chase Jones over Charlie Moore, Riley Scott, Landon Wilkins, your top 4. How about that race by Chase Jones?
He was in a league of his own there. He turned the fastest lap of the race on his last lap, 34.887, faster than Charlie Moore, Riley Scott, Landon Wilkins, faster than all of them by a significant margin, too. 0.3 faster than Landon Wilkins, who had the second fastest lap there.
And to do it on the last lap, that is the time to shine.
Yeah, it is. Chase Jones showing how it's done, picking up where he left off. Last time he was here was 2014, and he did very well then. The Indianapolis native puts on a clinic.
So Chase Jones comes in first, Charlie Moore second, Riley Scott third, Landon Wilkins fourth, Jerome Petke in fifth, Andrew Braun sixth, Josh Fisher seventh, Bill Vorapagel eighth, and Dylan Sullivan ninth. Margay Ignite Senior 2, that will be our next race coming up. We will have 17 drivers getting ready to go for you in that one. And we will set that up for you in just a second. Triple E Sales and Service in Orient is a proud sponsor of the Grand Prix. Hoosier Racing Tires are the official tire of the Extreme Rock Island Grand Prix. And Mediacom has provided hotspots around the track for your convenience. To access the official program for the races, you can use the QR code that can be found at various locations around the track, including all crossings. C&W Trucking in Bettendorf is the place to go for all your shipping needs. And we hope you can thank them, and we thank them for their support of today's races. RLV Tuned Exhaust Products out of Santa Maria, California, and its dealer network is the proud sponsor of the Grand Prix Registration and Volunteer Center. Its product lines have supported kart racers for decades. And the Law Center is not only the sponsor of the start-finish line, it is located at the start-finish line. See them for a wide variety of legal services. And Sunbelt Rentals in Moline provides much of the equipment needed for the Extreme Rock Island Grand Prix. Visit them for all your equipment needs, construction, industrial, or residential. Margay Ignite Senior 2 race on the way. Pole position goes to Jeremy Remick. Trevor Eggmeyer in the second spot. Gregory Mefford, followed by Mark Tucker, Jeremiah Davis, Mike Stevenson, Andrew Coulter, Tony Nielsen, Riley Scott, David Barbosa, Justin Vansel, Brandon Moore, Skitchy Barnes, and P13, Ashton Wheeler, Gage Kemp, Kenneth Williams, and Scott Blend in the 17th position. Carter, any thoughts as we get ready for this one?
I think it's going to be another close race here. Equal engines, equal chassis. You know, it's a spec class here, so it's going to come. It's really going to come down to the drivers. I think there's a lot of great names here. A lot of these guys like Remick, Eggmeyer, Mefford, Tucker, they're really experienced Ignite drivers. We'll have to see how they do against guys like Tony Nielsen, who has so much experience around here. Ashton Wheeler, Gage Kemp, two young guns starting in the back there. They've raced here plenty of times along with Skitchy. Not as much of a young gun for Skitchy, though, but we'll have to see how they do trying to get up to the front. Same with Kenneth Williams. He did really great in that Ignite Masters. Let's see if he can keep that momentum going. And also Riley Scott, who's been running, I think, like this is like his 8th race in a row or something like that. Riley Scott doing all the work today, trying to make his way up to the front as well. We'll have to see how it goes. It's going to be a really close race amongst all these guys.
Skitchy in one of those earlier races went from P20 to 5th, starting in 13 in this one. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll have to see.
We did not see that one coming.
Darn it.
Cutter, you got the green flag, buddy.
I got it. One minute to go before the start of Margay Ignite Senior 2. Thirty seconds to go. Visors are down, heart rates are up. We're ready to go racing. It's green, green, green. Jeremy Remick gets a great start, followed by Eggmeyer. Remick is going to lead on the way towards turn number 1. Let's see who leads going in. And it's going to be Remick, followed by Eggmeyer. Gregory Mefford trying to make his name known there. You can hear him rolling through turn 2, 3, now 4.
After Skitchy Barnes' great movement that few races ago, I'm fascinated to see where this turns out to be.
Absolutely. They're about around turn 6 here. Sideways and spinning is first place Jeremy Remick. He keeps it rolling. Unfortunate for Remick. No big damage, though. He just reversed it into the barriers. He was able to get back out really easily. No incident caused there anywhere else. That puts Eggmeyer in first, Davis in second, Nielsen third, Tucker fourth, Wheeler fifth. Gage Kemp with the fast lap that time around, 47.323. Skitchy Barnes already up from 13th to 10th.
That's my game within the game.
Eggmeyer still leads. Nielsen second. Wheeler third. Kemp fourth. Moore fifth. Sixth is Coulter. Seventh is Justin Vansel. Eighth, Skitchy Barnes all the way up to eighth already. Ninth, David Barbosa. 10th, Gregory Mefford.
Eggmeyer with the lead of 0.54 on Nielsen.
Just heard a huge incident, turn 1 with the barriers getting hit there. Corner workers rushing over to the incident. It's good. Eggmeyer still leads.
Eggmeyer 3 laps in as the lead, a 0.31 over Tony Nielsen. Ashton Wheeler in third, Gage Kemp fourth, Brandon Moore in fifth.
Here they come around again. Eggmeyer still in first, followed by Nielsen, Wheeler, Kemp, and Brandon Moore, Andrew Coulter, Justin Vancel, Skitchy Barnes planing out at 8th. David Barbosa, 9th. 10th is Michael Stevenson. Yeah. How much does that play? Not too much right now because they're not like a car that has downforce. But it's still like we'll have an extra mile an hour.
We are halfway home. 5 laps complete. Trevor Eggmeyer still with the advantage over Tony Nielsen, Ashton Wheeler, Gage Kemp, Brandon Moore, Andrew Coulter. Skitchy Barnes is up to 7th. Justin Vancel 8th. David Barbosa and Kenneth Williams, your top 10. Eggmeyer with the lead of .09 on Nielsen.
It's going to be close here, only halfway through, so we got another story to go here.
Tony Nielsen with the lead, 6 laps complete. Ashton Wheeler in second, Gage Kemp third, Trevor Eggmeyer down to 4th, Brandon Moore in 5th. Look at this differential here, Carter.
Yeah, the top 6 separated by less than 1.3 seconds. So from Nielsen to Barnes, less than 1.3, and there's a lot of them in between.
Well, that is something else.
It really is, and that's what this class does. It creates close racing, even karts, even engines, and it comes down to the driver. Here they come around again, turn 6. Tony Nielsen in the lead. Ashton Wheeler right on his bumper, followed by Gage Kemp. Trevor Eggmeyer, Skitchy Barnes up to 5th now after starting 13th. Brandon Moore, 6th. 7th, Justin Vancel. 8th, Andrew Coulter. 9th, David Barbosa. 10th, Kenneth Williams. Williams starting great, 17th, all the way up to 10th. Great run for him. Skitchy's working his way, man. He's picking them off. 2 to go this time. Boy.
And here they come, 8 laps complete. Tony Nielsen with the lead as we've got 2 laps to go. Ashton Wheeler just .08 out of first. Gage Kemp in third. Trevor Eggmeyer 4th. Skitchy Barnes now in 5th.
The top 5 are separated by less than half a second. It is nose to tail for those top 5 guys. It's going to be really exciting this next lap around.
Yeah, those numbers are crazy, how tight we got this top 4 or 5 here, no doubt.
And there's Nielsen followed by
9 complete. Tony Nielsen still with the lead. Gage Kemp in second. Ashton Wheeler third. Skitchy Barnes 4th. Justin Vancel in 5th.
They got separated out a little bit. Gage Kemp overtaking Ashton Wheeler broke up the pack a little bit. That gives the advantage to Nielsen and Kemp. They're able to pull away. We'll see if Kemp is able to make a last lap pass here. Oh, we got an incident. It looks like. Oh, gee. Oh, there you go.
And the checkered flag is out, and Tony Nielsen with the victory. Gage Kemp comes in second. Skitchy Barnes comes in third. Justin Vancel 4th. Ashton Wheeler 5th. Brandon Moore 6th. Andrew Coulter in 7th. Kenneth Williams 8th. David Barbosa in 9th. And Michael Stevenson comes in 10th. Riley Scott 11th.
There's a good recovery drive by Riley Scott. Had an incident in the beginning there, was setting fast lap after fast lap, was able to get down to a 39.767, which I almost was the fastest lap of the race. Skitchy pipped him off by 1/10 of a second, but it was a great recovery for Riley Scott. He'll be able to be back tomorrow.
Skitchy from 13 to 3.
You love to see it.
And race fans, we are coming down to our final race on this Saturday. It's the Briggs 206, medium 2. And we have got 12 racers, and we will set you up with that one in just a matter of moments. Carter, I know you love racing, and I know you love water. Nice of me to start talking to you as you take a drink. But you've been great today. Thank you for your help. You've been just a whirlwind of information, and it's been great. Hope you've enjoyed the day as much as I have.
I really have been enjoying the day. I really wish I was behind the wheel. I just there's just something about racing here that I really like a lot. But I think I'm starting to enjoy this announcing stuff. So it's really working out. And Jay, you're a class act. You're very professional. You've definitely done this. You can tell you've done this before with how good you are at this. And whereas I fumble with my words quite a bit. But yeah, I've definitely enjoyed this day and just seeing the great racing and it coming down to the last lap multiple times. It's just really enjoyable to see.
Well, make sure you're here tomorrow.
I'll be here.
I know you will. It'll be a blast. It will be a blast indeed. No doubt about it. Let me get a couple of extra sponsors in here, a couple more of our sponsors in here before we wrap up on a Saturday. And so many great sponsors. As I said, we got we got like 5 pages of sponsors. So we appreciate every single one of them. No question about it. Be sure to visit the Bradley University Society of Automotive Engineers display. That's in front of WHBF TV. The Bradley SAE also works with Bradley Formula SAE Senior Project Team. It gives students the chance to learn skills in design and manufacturing they would otherwise not learn until their senior year. Their race cars are on display, and they're happy to talk with you about their program and careers for men and women in motorsports. Briggs & Stratton engines power many of the karts racing here today. Be sure to visit their gear shop in the pit area by U.S. Bank. Johannes Bus Service is the premier supplier of transportation for small or large groups in the Quad Cities and beyond. They've been supporting local events like the Rock Island Grand Prix for more than 50 years. They are also currently seeking drivers, so please call them on Tuesday. We salute Jumer's Casino and Hotel Rock Island, which is the sponsor of the purse for this year's Grand Prix. It offers unlimited gaming, fun, featuring hundreds of hot and exciting slots, as well as exciting table games. Visit the casino tonight and see why it's just like Vegas, but without the flight. And 61 Kartway in Delmar, Iowa is the track where all of the local karters race. To find out more about the sport or how to get involved in local racing or private events, visit their booth today on 18th Street, or you can visit them at 61kartway.com. Let's take a look at the lineup here as we get ready for this Briggs 206 Medium 2.
All right. Starting P1, we have Ashton Wheeler. Wheeler out of Donahue, Iowa. Gage Kemp starting second. Gage out of Bellevue, Iowa. Avery Scott starting P3 out of Quincy. Charlie Moore in P4 out of Davenport. Gage Rucker in P5 out of Truxton, Missouri. Joseph Rapp starting P6 out of Bettendorf. 7th, Mick Gabriel out of Bolingbrook, Illinois. 8th, Casey Jacobs out of Kelowna, Illinois. 9th, Tony Nielsen out of Delmar, Iowa. 10th, Justin Wishard out of Pecatonica, Illinois. 11th, Jeff Scott out of Quincy, Illinois. And 12th, Riley Scott out of Quincy, Illinois. A great class lineup with a lot of great quality drivers to finish off our Saturday. It's going to be great to watch, Jay. I'm excited. I hope you are.
Always great. I'm not going to be surprised by the horn. Last race of the day. We're not there yet. Great to have all the happy race fans out here in the district. Thank you for being out here. You guys rock. And I see a White Sox shirt over there, so we know that loving those White Sox this year.
I know a
First
lot
place.
of Cubs fans that aren't happy right now.
Just flashed back to a 2016 night in Cleveland.
Race Liberante, cart number 66, please return your transponder. Race Liberante, cart number 66, please return your transponder.
Carter, of all the things I have forgotten to return, that's not one of them.
What's on that list? Library books?
Let's go with that.
One minute to go. Fire up those engines. Let's get ready to race. It's our last race of this Saturday. 206 senior medium. And we already got an issue on track. It looks like Gage Rucker will be a do not start, wheeling his cart back to the pits. It's just rotten luck there. Less than 30 seconds to go. Visors down. Heart rates are up. Green, green, green. Equal starts by Ashton Wheeler and Gage Kemp. Wheeler pulls up ahead, followed by Avery Scott. Gage Kemp trying to file in line. He's going to be on the outside. It looks like Charlie Moore looking on the inside. They are through turn number one clean. Wheeler led through turn number one, followed by Avery Scott, Gage Kemp, and Charlie Moore. They're going through turn 4 and now turn 5. Getting ready to come through turn number 6 right now. Who leads? Mick Gabriel out of everybody there. What a start from him. Followed by Avery Scott, Charlie Moore, Ashton Wheeler, Riley Scott, and Jeff Scott.
Mick Gabriel started in 7th and jumps to first 1 lap in.
What a start by Mick Gabriel. Looks like there was an incident on track, though. Casey Jacobs is pretty far behind. Gage Kemp is out. Justin Wishard, Tony Nielsen, Joseph Rapp, Gage Rucker did not start. Looks like there was an incident on track there.
Well, 2 laps complete. McGabriel with the advantage. Avery Scott, Charlie Moore, Ashton Wheeler, Riley Scott, Jeff Scott, and Casey Jacobs, 1 through 7. That's who we have on the track.
A huge gap pulled by Mick Gabriel instantly from that one lap, 1.2 seconds. Just in those first 2 laps alone after starting 7th, no less. What a run by him. Mick Gabriel pulls another gap, 1.2 seconds to now 1.7 seconds over Avery Scott in second. Charlie Moore third, Ashton Wheeler fourth, Riley Scott fifth.
Kart number 1 is in first place and looking really, really good. 3 laps complete. The lead is over 2 seconds on Avery Scott, 2.07, 3.61 on Charlie Moore, Ashton Wheeler, 3.7, Riley Scott, and 5th, Jeff Scott, 6th, Casey Jacobs, 7th. So, Carter, when you've got a nice lead like this at the halfway point,
I've never had the fortune of feeling that ever when I was racing here, so I don't know what it feels like. But if I were Mick Gabriel, I'd be relaxing, just making sure to keep the cart away from the barriers. He's still 2.4 seconds ahead there. Yeah, I would just be relaxing and just making sure I keep the cart clean, bring it home just fine, and just pretty much take it on a Sunday drive at this point. Charlie Moore goes fastest there, 38.2, 1/10 faster than Mick Gabriel, half a second faster than Avery Scott. We'll see if Charlie Moore can battle for second place here.
And Mick Gabriel comes right by our start-finish line, 6 laps complete, and rolling along, up by 3.4 seconds.
Charlie Moore's gaining on Avery Scott, though. Heading right behind, less than 2/10 behind her now. And Ashton Wheeler, 2/10 behind Charlie Moore. So we'll see if he has anything to say about it. But it looks like the race is for second at this point.
Seven laps done. The lead is 4.4 for Mick Gabriel over Charlie Moore in second, Avery Scott third, Ashton Wheeler fourth.
I keep seeing Mick Gabriel look back over his shoulder after turn 6 every time. I mean, I'm like, dude, you don't even need to worry. You're so far ahead at this point.
He turns around. There's no other carts there.
Yeah, really. It's 4.4 seconds. That's unheard of in this class here. So it's a really great drive by him. We'll see how this battle for second turns out, though.
He did not turn on that lap. Two laps to go.
Can I do it after this race? Avery Scott less than 2/10 behind Charlie Moore at this point. It's going to be close coming to the line with 2 to go, as Jay said. So we'll have to see how that battle ends up.
Nine laps complete. Mick Gabriel, Charlie Moore, Avery Scott, Ashton Wheeler, Riley Scott. The lead is 4.6.
One thing you guys may notice out there is you'll see some drivers leaning forward towards their steering wheel. They're doing that to get aerodynamics and see if they can go faster down the straightaway, because if you look at a kart, it's not really aerodynamically efficient. So they try to lean forward and break the air a little bit better.
And there we go. Mick Gabriel makes it official. The pride of Bolingbrook, Illinois, comes in first. Charlie Moore in second. Avery Scott third. Riley Scott fourth. Ashton Wheeler fifth. And Jeff Scott sixth. And Casey Jacobs finishes seventh.
Nathan Bruns, you still have transponder 923. Can you return transponder 923, please? Nathan Bruns, as soon as possible, please.
Mick Gabriel with a win of 5.179 over Charlie Moore. A dominant performance.
Yeah, it was really great to see him come on form. I could just tell in practice he looked really good. He looked really smooth. His cart was just gliding. It was really on rails there, so it was really great to see him do that. But honestly, Jay, overall, this was a great day of racing. It was great to get back down to the district and just see some carts go through the city streets like we used to. It's been 2 years since we've been here, and it's been great to watch, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.
Carter Pease, thank you so much. You were terrific. It was great. It was a fun day indeed. And reminder for tomorrow, they will begin practice rounds at 8 a.m., and then the Grand Prix Marketplace and vendors get going at 10 a.m. Opening ceremonies at 10:30. Kids autograph session at the start-finish line featuring the Quad City Storm mascot. That's at 11 o'clock, and 11:15 racing will begin. Great stuff all on the way tomorrow. It's the Rock Island Grand Prix. It is a great Labor Day tradition. And thank you so much for coming down. We're so glad you were here, and we hope we'll see you all again tomorrow. For Carter Pease, the expert on everything, I'm Jay Kidwell. Thanks so much for being with us, and we look forward to being with you on Sunday. Have a great Saturday night.